How's things? B-Mills?
Good.
How was the weekend? Did you do anything exciting?
I was solo all weekend. I did not get my garage cleaned out so I can.
That's right.
weights.
You were solo all weekend.
Yeah.
Did you get your weight rack freed up?
No, did not. I spent a lot of time organizing my gear room and it's basically my reloading room / gear room.
Yeah.
And then I actually put pen to paper on my mule deer book.
Yeah, you told me that. You wrote some pages.
Yeah, I did 2,500 words the one night, 2,000 words the next night.
What happened? I want to know the train of thought. What was going on in Brady's mind where he was like, I'm going to sit down and write?
Well, the thing I like about writing in it is it does work really well with all the things we do here at GOHUNT. Because
Sure.
I was kind of working on my glassing section.
Mm-hmm.
It's we do a lot of videos about glassing and write a lot of content about glassing. So it's if I write down my book, that way when I go to talk about things later, I can just go quickly reference okay, what exactly is my glassing strategy and how do I go about that? So I was just kind of outlining that whole process in a written form. And I was working on glassing gear, tripods, tripod heads, my suggestions for all that stuff. I was might as well puke it on the screen and then see where it lands and then go edit it and change things later. But I was just going through some of my other chapters too. And I was I wrote that? Really? Why'd I freaking write that? And I was kind of deleting and modifying things. Cause I started this book I think it was 2018. It was the first time I started writing in my book. So it's a long time now.
Yeah, you're creeping up on 10 years here and a couple more.
Yeah, it's been a slow process.
Do you have a goal for I want to have it finished? I would like to finish this thing in the next
3 years, probably, maybe.
3?
I think I can, if I start.
Let's make it 10 years flat.
Yeah.
2028, we got to hit publish on this bad boy.
Yeah, because I haven't written it since 2023. So I've skipped quite a few years, and that is life and just work stuff. And it's hard to find time in the evenings to do that when I do this all day here, but just a little passion project. And it's I want to write it too more because like I said, I want to reference it myself so I can still become, a better mule deer hunter by just putting that down on paper.
Yeah, go back and read what you wrote.
Read what I wrote.
See if you still believe what you wrote.
Yeah, and then get back from a hunt and be okay, let's right now about this upcoming hunt or whatever, how I'm strategizing things, or I don't know, just maybe help myself, and then hopefully in the future it'll help other people. So
let's make a goal, 2028. Let's get this thing wrapped up.
2028, yeah, make a 10-year project.
Make a 10-year project.
Yeah, should.
It's a good marketing ploy too. 10 years in the making.
Yeah,
it's got a good ring to it, right?
Let's open it up right now as we're talking here live on pod. So project statistics. I'm at 86,338 words. Okay. So it is right now estimated paperback 222 pages.
That's plenty.
Yeah. It's getting there. There's no photos yet in there.
Sounds like the next step is just to go through and identify the holes. You're here's a subject that I haven't quite covered yet. Wrap that up with a bow.
I know. That's why I started trying to. So I was if I nail down this glassing section, really glassing doesn't change for me from year to year, the tactics and everything, and obviously optic choice. So I want to start marking things as completed in a way. So I can just put a bow on it, like you said, and then move on to a different topic and start covering more tactics. And I also had to go through and change a bunch of the research section that I wrote because things have changed a lot in the last 8 years in terms of tags.
That'd be a hard one to keep current.
Yeah, keep current because I was talking about, there's over-the-counter tags and some stuff, and some of them are moving away. And
you might want to just delete that whole section of the book.
Yeah, and just be just use a GOHUNT Insider account.
Because you're going to have to stay current on that stuff because it changes so fast. Especially in a species like mule deer where it's a little bit volatile.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's good. I didn't do anything. I was actually asked that question. I was trying to think, what did I do this weekend? I actually don't even remember.
Shoot your bow?
I definitely shot my bow. I went for a hike on Sunday, so that was kind of fun. Went for a little hike. It was so nice. The weather's been so ridiculously nice, mid 60s and sunshine and no wind. I mean, a little bit of wind, but not bad. It's been great. But that's all I could think of that was worth noting on my weekend.
Yeah.
Yep. Last time we missed promo code completely. I realized that after the fact. I was driving home and I was like, shit, I think we missed promo code completely. So we got to hit promo code
right away
to satisfy the folks.
Yep. So use promo code podcast and you sign up for an insider account.
Okay.
Get $50 back to the GOHUNT Gear Shop. 50 points technically, which is $50.
Yep.
And there's still a lot of apps coming up here.
There's actually a lot. You got Utah, 23rd. You got Nevada. You got Wyoming deer and antelope, which I think is going to be pretty interesting. I've already kind of noted that there's definitely been some increases in a lot of the units for antelope.
Yep.
So that's going to be a good one. You got Idaho controlled draws. You've got Kansas. You've got South Dakota. Iowa. Yeah, Iowa, which we don't normally talk about those 3 states, but those are on my radar for sure.
We have, depending on if there's tags turned back in, supposedly Idaho's first non-resident elk and deer returned leftover sale dates, the 23rd as well. And those tags, if they are available, will show up 2 days before that, so on the 21st.
Okay.
So you have another chance there, which is still great to use an insider count to research all those units, like which one you potentially want to pick up once that it's going to go back to that same like waiting queue thing to try to pick up those tags.
Get your app in Colorado?
I did, stressing a little bit.
Last day.
I
know you and I talked on the phone.
Yeah. So like, I think that's also what I did all of the evenings and the weekend. I was literally e-scouting so many different units. Yeah. I was like, okay, I have the points. I know what kind of season I want, but does the terrain also meet what I'm kind of looking at? So I was just like e-scouting a bunch of these units I've never really looked at, or as many few years as I've looked at them. I was stressed. Big time.
You know what's funny is I called Neville and he's like, first thing he says when he picks up the phone, he's like, did you get your Colorado application in? And I was like, no, but I'm thinking about it. I was like, I'm kicking around some ideas. He's like, yeah, I know you are. And I was like, how'd you know that? And he's like, because I just got off the phone with Brady like literally 10 minutes ago. He's like, Brady just called me to kind of run through what he's thinking. So he's like, when I saw your phone number pop up, he's like, oh, I know what Trail's doing today. Yeah. He's trying to get his application in.
Because it is nice to pass ideas off to friends. Like, I was like, I need some coaching. I even did it with my girlfriend too. I was like, she knows nothing about it. She's like, why are you asking me these questions? Like, well, here's the thing. If I apply for this year, I have potential to draw, but if I don't draw, then I got more points for next year, but I really want to burn them this year. She's like, why do you keep saying burning points? She's like, she doesn't like that phrase of like
burning them.
Burning them. She's like, it sounds like you're just like wasting them almost. I'm like, no, it's,
yeah, it's easy. It's the easiest thing to say. Burning's a lot easier than utilizing to get that off the tongue for sure.
So I was weighing it with her, and she's like, maybe we should do a segment where you just ask me stupid questions, or we record it, and I give you the answer, and you just go and do it one year. And I'm like, that sounds like a pretty good idea.
Yeah, I mean, even if she doesn't know anything about it, like logically, it's nice to have somebody just go, okay, I hear what you're saying, but like, what is the most important thing to you this year? Like somebody to ask you that question so that you can organize it a little bit in your train of thought. It's kind of handy.
You want to hear my segue?
Yeah, let's hear it.
And this is why we created Insider Plus.
Nice one.
You like that?
Which, what do you get? What do you get if you use podcasts and you sign up for Insider Plus?
Is it $100 or is it $200?
I think it's 200.
I think it's 200.
That's what they've been telling me.
Yeah.
200 points back in the gear shop. We're going to talk a lot about gear today. And probably in the coming weeks, I think we're going to do a little series called Build Your System, essentially. So we're going to attack it from various topics, including build your layering system, including your boots, your footwear, socks. And then I think we'll probably tackle one that's like build your camp setup, sleep system, and really talk some gear and dive in deep. So yeah, if you want to spend your 200 points, if you sign up for Insider Plus, you can definitely do that in the gear shop.
Omar said he signed up for Insider Plus. Do you hear that?
No, shut up.
Yeah.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did.
Really?
He said the other day, he's like, yeah, Austin does all my apps. And like, so he doesn't have as much time anymore. So he wants to maybe bounce
Austin's doing his apps.
I want to know if he's joking. I don't know if
I bet not.
But he literally he's mentioned it multiple times.
Yeah, that is funny. That's so funny.
So, I mean, that's why it is a great service though for people who are, on the fence right now about it. It's like you get to talk to someone all the time, bounce ideas back, work through a strategy, apply for those hunts you want in certain states. You never miss a deadline. And then, do some e-scouting a little bit with them too to bounce ideas around. So it's,
yeah. Rhett called me yesterday. So Rhett's new here, works in marketing, but he called me and said, hey, I have a personal question for you. I was like, how personal, or where are we going with this? But yeah, he's like, I'm thinking of doing just like a second or third over the counter rifle, elk tag in Colorado. And he was like, what do you think about this unit? And I was like, yeah, we talked about it. And then he hit me with like 2 or 3 more. And then he starts asking me a bunch of different questions about Colorado. And at the end of it, he was just like, have you hunted everywhere in Colorado? And I was like, no, I definitely have not. But I think I've written state sections for so long, and I've talked to so many people over the last 25 years that have. It's like I just have this pretty good working knowledge of like what those various areas look like and where animals are likely to be. And I've hunted a bunch of different units, and Yeah. I mean, you don't get that without 25 years of digging into it. Right.
Yeah.
So if you don't have that, Insider Plus is pretty sick to call somebody up that can walk you through those kinds of things.
One thing I thought was interesting, I'm not going to mention, I'll mention this guy's name, the beginning part of his name. So I got a direct message on GOHUNT from a guy named Corey.
Okay.
It was, I believe, after the draw hit on Colorado. And he's like, well, I hope it wasn't crazy burning, I'm not going to say his points, X points on blank unit for mule deer. Then he goes down and is like, gives his, thoughts process going back and forth. I'm like, it sounds exactly like me right now. Like this guy's just like going back and forth on like what to do. Did I do the right thing? But he's like, I tried burning, X points on the unit. And then down below, it's funny. He goes, I honestly don't know why I'm bugging you about this other than I bet you've gone through the exact same thing looking at Colorado. And I was like,
for sure.
It literally was like we were just talking about. Like I talked to Neville. I had other things to talk to Neville about, but I was like, well, the app's still going on right now. Let me ask you a few questions here. Talk to you talk to Neville. This guy just randomly just like saying, I know you're going through the same thing right now. It's like, we're all very similar in how we all think and work as hunters. And this guy just kind of wanted to throw his plan out there and was like, yeah, I'm sure you're doing this right now. I'm like, yeah, actually I am.
Yeah, my big conundrum was to whether, so I just did points for deer. I did points for antelope. I wrestled with that one quite a bit because I do have enough points. I could draw an antelope tag there and I love hunting them, but I'm going to try to do Wyoming, I think, instead. So I was like really teetering on that because I'm always trying to like layer them out years in advance. So it's like, I want to do this. I wanted to hunt this species this year. Where's the best place to hunt it? And so I'm going to try to draw that, but I want to bank points so that I can do another state for that same species the next year and the year after and keep it rolling. But I really wrestled with that one. The other one I wrestled with a lot was elk. And it was just like, I have a unit that I would like to hunt that I could draw with the number of points I have, but like, do I want to burn those? Like I wrestled with that one all day. And in fact, I didn't apply until it was probably 5 o'clock. Yeah. I mean, I had just a few hours to spare. And then, I'm applying for me and my 2 kids. Man, a lot of decisions to be made when you can apply for all the various species. The other fun one one more thing. The other fun one was with my oldest kid. So my oldest, he's 20 now. He'll be 21 in June. So when he was, young, I built his points for those once in a lifetime type species like moose, sheep, goat, bison. Not bison. I'm thinking of Utah, but moose, sheep, goat. And he's got the weighted points too and the preference points. So it was like kind of fun to apply him for those this year because it's like, yeah, he's got points. Like I built those up from when he was just a little kid where they didn't cost me hardly anything. He's got better odds than I do, because I quit buying the point, the weighted point. But man, you hit send. And I applied for those too because I got my 3 preference points. But you hit send on your application. It's just like this warm and fuzzy feeling. It's like this, you feel this like little dopamine hit. You're like, what if? Like, what if? Like when I did my Utah app and I put the bison in there, and I hit apply, paid for it and everything, there's like that little hit of like, man, what if I open my email here in 2 months or whatever those draw results come back and I see a successful?
I know.
Like I'm trying to manifest it so badly.
It's funny you say that because no joke, last night when I was on my run, I was literally like, what if I get this successful thing later in June? Like how jacked am I going to be? I'm already thinking about just like yelling like very loud at my computer. Like I did it. I got the tag I want and game on. Here we go. My schedule's planned. But then I was also, last night, I was creeping around on other states I've never hunted before. And I'm like, I have a lot of points built up in states I've never been to. And I'm like, I kind of want to venture off and do something totally new one of these years. And I'm setting it up to where I will be able to, because burn some points this year in a couple states. Okay, I'm going to have to start over there. So in a couple of years, I'll start building points there, but then jump to these other states while I wait to get back into there. And I'm like, there's 2 states right now that I'm like jonesing to go to. It's not going to be like the biggest bucks ever, but like I said, before,
new experience.
I want to take a mule deer and try to take one in every state. And it's like, might as well go here, figure out the good years to do it and just go.
Yeah. I legit like elk is on the brain, mule deer a little bit because I will have a mule deer tag this year. And that was fun. I applied in Utah. I was like, oh, that's hopefully set in stone and good to go. But man, I cannot quit thinking about whitetail. And to everybody that's reached out, awesome. Thank you. Much appreciated. When I get further down the road, I'm going to start reaching back out to a bunch of you and really start to flesh out some ideas. But man, everybody that's reached out, it's been so cool. Like I had a guy reach out yesterday that's from Oklahoma, game warden. with offered intel. I mean, I'm so stoked to talk to this guy. So that's all I can think about. And then my brother. So I saw my brother on the weekend. My brother Tracy, who has adult onset hunter to the max. Like the guy is going all in. He calls me the day before I run up there to see, because we got together for lunch, my family, but he's like, hey, I'm going to bring you something. So I get up there. He's got climbing sticks. So he's picked them up from Latitude. He's got tree saddle.
Dang.
He's got all the hardware, the ropes, everything. And I was like, what is this for? And he's like, oh, I don't know if they were having like a sale or whatever, but he's like, yeah, I just figured I'd buy 2. So he's like, I got you one. So like, I've been tinkering with that a little bit in the basement, all the ropes, the tree saddle, the climbing sticks. So shout out to Tracy for doing that, but I'm stoked he wants to shoot an elk out of one, which I think would be pretty fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is fun time of year, man.
It really is.
Like I even still a lot to go.
Even started diving in, looking at like Nebraska.
Oh yeah.
I was like, what kind of mule deer opportunities can I have there? I had a tag quite a few years ago, ended up not going just the way my schedule worked out. But I was like, I really want to go there. And I'm trying to like narrow it down and figure it out. I know, not a lot of public land in certain places, but I'm trying to like use that thought you were saying the other week about like the whitetail side, about like, you don't need a lot of public to really have a good hunt in some of these places. So like, even though it's a low public land percentage, I'm like looking at it.
Yet to be proved by myself, but I see a lot of people doing it.
Yeah. So I'm like just kind of e-scouting some of these like small parcels, small walk-in areas, like potential, like where I might want to go if I actually do get a tag, and how it's, really excited for the future.
I know this time of year is actually, it's kind of hard because you're trying to lay out your season and then you have like, it's still out there a ways, you know what I mean? Especially if you want to get out and start scouting, like you could do some shed hunting, which would be great. But like really you've got that time frame from, it feels like now until July 4th. July 4th is always like my date where it's like, I want to be in the woods looking for deer and elk by July 4th, right? Just to see what's out there. You can definitely see what a mule deer looks like by July 4th, I feel like. So there's like that time frame. It's kind of like gear season, app season, trying to get to all your ducks in a row. But yeah, I'm jonesing for the fall.
Yeah. And this is the only time I really start venturing off and dreaming of other states. Whereas like you said, once I get those tags in hand, then it focuses more like e-scouting, actual boots on the ground scouting, getting gear ready for that hunt. But like right now it's like, it's that dream phase. Yep. Where you're just kind of going to analyze everything and look at other things now in the future. Like, what am I going to do for elk points in certain states too? Like, yeah, I was looking through some photos, trying to find a photo for something the other day, and was looking through our Aoudad hunt from Texas, and I was like, damn, I want to go back. That was so fun. Yeah, like they're so cool. And I was looking at a bunch of the video, like that one. Do you remember? It was like bedded up there by itself on that rock. Oh yeah, dude, that was a big ram. Yeah, have you looked at that photo? That one. Dude, that thing is like 32 maybe. I wonder if we made some mistakes.
Dude, that one is a big ram.
Yeah, and he was tucked in there, like easily could have made a stalk on him, bedded all by himself. And like,
yeah, that was a big ram. Yeah, I was looking at that just the other day thinking, that'd be fun to do again.
Really would be.
Yeah. A lot of opportunities. Not enough years or time to do it.
There's a rumor floating around that I might try to do a whitetail hunt this year too, Trail.
Really?
Yeah, it's probably the first you've heard about it. So
it's the first I'm hearing about it.
I'm not going to say anything more about it, but potential.
Minnesota, you going back to your roots?
Yeah.
You should. I don't know why. I think that's like massively untapped. Yeah. I mean, your family lives back there. You grew up hunting whitetails. You're going to go home anyway, probably for the holidays. You might as well go back and hunt whitetail.
Might as well.
Yesterday actually, I stopped at the Maverick in the evening. This is just a side note.
Did you stop at the Maverick in the morning when I talked to you?
I stop at the Maverick at least twice a day. Yeah, it's just up the road from me. It's adventure's first stop. So if you're going to go on an adventure, you got to hit the Maverick. But there's a little Dodge pickup, gray one sitting there. Jump out and I go to walk in. I look over and he's got it's probably high 90s buck, I would bet, mule deer buck in his front seat. Mount, yeah.
Oh, mount, okay.
Yeah, just mounted. Like he must have just picked it up or he's moving it or somewhere. But yeah, it had to have been a muzzleloader buck. I'm like putting together a story in my brain as I'm, in the store. But had a little bit of velvet hanging off of it. Had
kind of white antlered.
A little bit lighter antlered. Had a couple kickers on it. But yeah, I thought that was pretty funny. He's just sitting in somebody's truck out in the front of Maverick.
You didn't try to like find the guy?
I looked around. I was like looking for likely culprits, like which one of you is in that vehicle, but I could never. I mean, where I live, it could be anybody.
Yeah, it really could be anybody.
It could be anybody at a Maverick at 6:00 in the evening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that get you excited seeing a buck like that?
It does. And actually, yeah, I'm excited about deer hunting this year for sure. Like I said, I've got the whitetail bug really bad. But yeah, big mule deer would be great. And I think there's some potential to find one this year.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, I did my brother's Utah app.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't done my Utah app yet, but I've been kind of plowing through my family's application strategy and getting all their points everywhere and apps in, because you never know if you're going to draw some of these states. You might as well apply. So
yeah, you and I, where we apply so many different people. So for me, it's like my two boys, my dad, me, you know, and my brothers all apply. So there's like this collective of like who's going to draw what. You know, you're kind of analyzing it, and as those results start to come up, it's just like, man, anybody could draw anything.
yeah,
You know, talked to Neville. I was like, what are your plans? He's got some points he's been sitting on that he built up, and I know what he's, you know, applying for. And even though his odds aren't great, it's, you just start kind of daydreaming like, man, what if he draws that? That would be so fun to go out and help out on that hunt, you know? So anyway, update. I hope we have a good update for you in the future once those results start to come out and we can start to leak some tags that we've
going
drawn.
to bison hunt with you.
Oh, see, that'd be so dope. I'd be so stoked to draw a bison tag.
We're trying to manifest it.
What an adventure.
Yep.
Cool. So we got promo out of the way. That was a long promo segment.
It's a good one.
Okay.
Let's put it that way. It's a good one.
We got rambling pretty good.
Yeah.
So like I said, I thought today we would tackle kind of build out your system, build your layering system is the first one I thought we would tackle today. I think this is a good time of year to kind of go through your hunting equipment and see what you might need, or if you need to update some things. So I thought we would start with layering.
Yeah.
And the way I wanted to take it was build out your system for the hunts that you're going to go on. So mine are obviously going to be more tailored to early season archery hunting. So for me, I made a list of dates. So Utah archery mule deer, August 15th to September 11th. And then I roll through September. And then obviously I've got that whitetail, you know, hope and dream going in November. And I didn't do too much of a deep dive. So most of the stuff I'm going to cover today is going to be primarily focused on that August to into September timeframe. And I would assume yours might be slightly different.
Slightly some of the similar stuff, you know, potentially a hunt September, that later part, you know, mid-September to later part of September, and then dipping into a little bit into November. I try to bring some of my late season clothing kit for, you know, like a rut-ish
Type hunt.
mule deer hunt. Yeah, kind of what I would bring for that.
Cool.
A little bit of hybrid stuff on the boots, because as we all know, you need multiple pairs of boots when you go on different hunts.
So where do you want to start with base layers?
Yeah, we can start base layers.
Build your kit, Brady Miller. Start with your base.
Start with my base. So GOHUNT lightweight hunting pant.
I mean your base.
Oh, base.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to talk
Yeah, what are you wearing for undies?
undies? I have them here somewhere in my
Did you wash them?
pile. Let's hope so.
That'd be good if you did.
They're somewhere in here, but I have a prototype.
Okay.
GOHUNT merino
Okay.
boxers. So
Merino or synthetic for you on a base layer?
90% of the time I spent synthetic.
Okay.
It's like, I used to have merino base layer as the, you know, boxers way back in the day, and kind of moved away from it, because a lot of times you sit down, you kind of get like a wet ass a little bit, and you're sitting down glassing. You know what I'm talking about? You're like
Merino?
you're like scooting back and forth. And and it's like, I don't know. It just always happens with merino, and I think we're going to come out with a synthetic.
Yeah.
But like the first one we've been testing is a merino one, because a lot of people do request merino.
Okay.
And you know, it's actually been really good going back to it again. So like, this is my first foray of getting back into merino boxer, and it's been a decent journey.
Do you have a preference on like long or short boxer?
I like a medium length. Now, I don't want something too short that was going to like ride up, but I don't want it too long that it goes like way down my quad.
I have a pair of Sitka ones, the merino ones actually.
They're too long.
I don't know if they've made them for a hot minute or if they still make them, but yeah, those were like right above my knee.
Yeah.
Hate them.
Those are
I
way too
hardly
long.
ever wear them.
Yeah.
And I don't want to like, I don't want,
Oh, here we are.
I don't want to clear up high. Oh yeah. Okay.
And if you are listening to this is a visual podcast.
Yeah.
So the YouTube side of it, you'll
Yeah.
be able to see my giant gear mess in front of me here. But yeah, this is the, right now, the GOHUNT.
Gotcha. So kind of mid-length.
Yeah. Mid-length.
Yeah.
And I won't be able to quote you on, you know, the weight and everything of these right now, like how much merino and everything, but they've actually been really well. Took them on, you know, my hog hunt, took them to Australia, wore them every single day. So I'm trying to test them a bunch. But like before that though, it's like that Sax boxers have been phenomenal. I think they're the Quest.
Yep.
Sax Quest.
Yep. So maybe we dip back a little bit. So merino, synthetic. Do you have a preference of like times of year that you would choose one or the other? Mine's a little bit opposite, so I'll cover mine first.
Okay.
So merino, in my opinion, if I was going to use merino, I would use it early, which sounds counterintuitive because like one of the properties of why you might use merino is that it retains, like it'll stay warm and wet, right?
Yep.
But the issue I've had is when I've worn it late season, it wets out when I'm sweating and then it doesn't dry.
Yeah, just not enough temperatures to make it dry quicker.
It just doesn't dry out and it stays wet and cold. And I know that like it'll provide some insulation when wet, but when it's wet, it just feels cold.
Yeah.
So for me, I actually don't mind merino early season because I do feel like it's comfy, like moves a little better. I like the feel of merino a little bit better than I do a synthetic. It's got kind of that dry fit feel, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It gets crusty, especially when it gets really sweaty and nasty. Merino doesn't stink, obviously, which I'm probably sweating more early season on an archery hunt than I am late, right?
Yeah.
So it doesn't stink, which is good. And then when it's early season, like I don't care if it wets out because it'll dry. I can dry that thing out in the sun because it's going to be daytime highs probably in the 80s and 90s, to be honest, where I'm hunting. So I don't mind it. So that's kind of my take. And I actually like synthetics later. And I kind of like a mix, to be honest. So I'll get into it here in a sec. But that's kind of my take on merino, which is actually opposite of what I hear a lot of people say. A lot of people will be like, oh, I like merino late and I like synthetic early. I would flip that on its head. I like merino early and synthetic late.
No, I like that. I like that thought process. That kind of leans to what I typically do as well. Merino early, synthetics late, but you know, it kind of depends on the day. Sometimes I might just grab it and be like, okay, I'm just going to take my merino in the late hunt. It's like, I really don't put as much focus probably as you on it. It's just like, what piece I have sitting in front of me, is it washed or not?
Sure.
And
I've been there too.
Yeah, and just grab it and go.
Yeah, no, I've been there for sure. So for me, for undies, my very favorite, we'll go one for one, right?
Yeah.
So my undies, my favorite undies, I wear them. This is like my day-to-day undie. I have a pair on right now. So the Outdoor Research Echo Boxer.
Okay.
So super lightweight. 100% polyester. It's a synthetic, obviously. The other one I do like is I do like a merino, like I said, but it has to be like a really thin merino. And I like the thick ones, but they're too long. So
they're too long.
Yeah, cut them off. So these Echo Boxers from Outdoor Research, they're 2.6 ounces, so around 2 ounces a pair. 100% polyester, anti-chafing, flat seams, which is a must. That's something I would highly suggest to you with your base layers. You want to try those on and go for a hike and throw on your backpack with some weight in it just to see if you like get any weird rubbing or anything like that. They're kind of a dot technology, so they breathe really well and they dry super fast. It says that they're odor treated with like a silver chloride. I don't know that it...
Snake oil.
I think it might work for a minute, but I don't think it's like a foolproof thing. It's like they're going to stink.
Yeah.
After a number of days. But those hands down are my favorite.
Are you the type of person that brings one pair for an entire hunt for backpacking, or do you have another pair in your backpack that you're going to swap over to
I
later?
never have any in my backpack.
Keep them in the truck?
I may have some in my truck.
Yep, that's what I do too.
I definitely have some in the truck. Yeah. It's like I like my travel bag packed, right? With like an extra pair of pants, a couple extra shirts, maybe some extra underwear, extra pair of socks or two, but I just leave them in my truck. And if I make it back to my truck, then I'll probably change them out. The other thing I've done, and I actually like it, I like these a lot, this Echo Boxers. You can take those things off and dip them in a creek and wash them out real good, hang them, and they're dry in like 10 minutes. If you get any wind and sun at all, they're dry fast.
Yep.
So that's my fave. What do you like for a top?
Top?
Base layer top.
Base layer top. I just have the GOHUNT Basin Merino hooded quarter zip. And I like this.
Which I think is 160 gram.
Yeah.
If you're into like weight of material and kind of how thick it might be.
And I like it early season because of the hood. And I wouldn't say it's like an oversized hood, but it's built to go around your brim of your hat. And it does give you some side protection from the sun. So it also helps me as a glassing tool, if that kind of makes sense, because
shaded out.
Get a big shaded area on my face and everything. And I do like hoods in early season because of the sun.
Is that your first layer? You don't wear anything underneath that?
Don't wear anything underneath, no.
Not like a short sleeve tee?
No, I'm not weird. Like, why would I add a short sleeve tee underneath something that already has all the benefits and properties that I'm looking for? Like, so you would go like a merino tee underneath a merino long sleeve. Is that what you're saying?
So what I do is I wear like a base layer tee. So either a synthetic, which again, I really like that Outdoor Research. They do a short sleeve Echo tee, which is a great tee. And they also do a hoodie in black. So if you're hunting inside an antelope blind, that thing's awesome. Super light. Or I'll do like a merino short sleeve tee, and then I'll do a long sleeve quick dry type shirt like you have. And so for me, the ones I've liked, like I already mentioned, the Echo, that one's great. The other one I really like is our short sleeve tee, which is great, the merino. And then Sitka makes 120 gram, which is even lighter, merino tee.
Yep. I use that one in the past a lot.
And the reason is because when it gets really hot, I might just want to peel that thing off, peel my like long sleeve off. And so I'm just in a short sleeve tee.
See, I never do the short sleeve set because I just worry about getting baked in the sun.
Sure.
And so that's why I like having the sleeve length so I can add some protection away from that nasty heat and just don't get baked out there because I'm not bringing sunscreen. I'm not going to do that because it just ends up getting all over you and stinks.
Yeah.
So I always just have a long sleeve. I've never, even on early season hunts, I'm never hunting around in a short sleeve. I think every time you'll ever see me out there, it's going to be in a long sleeve with a hood.
Yeah. So I usually do a short sleeve tee. I do either one of those, and then I do a long sleeve over it. And my very favorite has been the Sitka Core lightweight hoodie.
Yup.
That one's been just an absolute staple. And I don't even know how many years they've had that thing out. Probably 10, 12, I would say, at least. So I pulled some specs. That one's 6.6 ounces. I do get it typically in Optifade, so camouflage, so for bow hunting. I think it matters a little bit.
Yeah. Just think for those like last seconds, being able to sneak in and try to draw back undetected. Yeah.
It does have the built-in face mask, which I would say 90% of the time I just cut out. So I take some scissors and I cut that thing out. The reason I don't like it is because I can't find an anchor point in it when I've got it up over my face. And if you leave it in and you put your hood up, it kind of pulls weird at the back of your head. So I just cut that thing out with a pair of scissors.
Because you're an ounce counter, right?
No, it's just the way that it pulls weird on the back of my head. That one's also polygene odor treated. Again, I don't know that it works. I love the fact that it's a quarter zip. I would never get a hoodie long sleeve type. That's one of the reasons, like our Approach hoodie, right? Yeah. People love the Approach hoodie, the Approach Light. I really like the Approach Light. I don't really like the Approach that much. It's just too heavy for me. But the Approach Light, I like the material quite a bit, but it doesn't have a quarter zip.
Yeah, you like to be able to dump some heat if possible.
Yeah. I want to zip that thing down at least quarter, maybe half even, because when you're hiking, it just gets damn hot. I want to be able to dump the heat. So kind of that combo has been my favorite. Sitka Core lightweight hoodie and an Optifade, short sleeve merino or synthetic, and lighter the better. So I like the 120 or like the Echo from Outdoor Research.
Yep, I would say the same thing about the Sitka Core lightweight. It's just a staple.
It's a good piece, huh?
It's really good, really solid.
Yep. Absolutely. So run us down to, let's talk pants? Is this a good time to talk pants?
Should we keep next to skin for a second?
Yeah. What else you got?
Socks?
Yeah, we can do that. I mean, for me, it's the darn tough 2012.
2012.
That's my favorite sock.
Yeah. I believe I have 2012s and 2011 sitting here, but usually it's the 2012.
So that's it right there, which is a full cushion, medium weight boot sock.
Yep.
Full cushion, meaning the whole bottom of that sock has got some cushion built into it. This is hands down my very favorite pair of socks.
Have you ever blown through one?
I have.
Have you used a warranty?
I have not.
See, I know. Like they have I think it's unconditional lifetime warranty. Anything happens, you can send them in.
But I have a pair in my drawer right now that I've got those weird feet where my second toe's longer than my big toe, which supposedly has something to do with your lineage, the shape of your foot. I don't know enough about it, but I do have a hole right there in the end of that toe. Okay. But that's the only time I've ever had a pair that's had a hole in them. And I guess I could send them back and get them warranted if I wanted to.
How long do you think you've had a pair of Darn Tough socks? Like you can continue to use it. What I'm getting at is like, do you feel like the bottom cushion eventually gets
thinned out
a little bit?
Yeah, for sure.
I've noticed that
for sure.
Yeah, I'll pick up some. Sometimes I'm like, dude, this has nothing in it anymore, and I kind of throw it in my bin and I try to grab another one. But like, I do feel like
Yep.
I don't know what it is, 5-6 years kind of. Like,
yeah, the cushion kind of compresses out of them.
yeah.
Yeah, I definitely have those. I would say I've probably had a pair of Darn Toughs for at least 10 years, maybe 11 that I can think of. Because when I first started working here, it was probably one of the first years that we were going to like the outdoor retailer show in Denver and Salt Lake. And I know for a fact, like I was wearing Darn Tough on those hunts. Yeah. So it's just same sock. I probably still have them, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, green pair, I want to say. But yeah.
Yeah, if we get into some of like the later season hunts, I think I bust out like it's like a Kenetrek, I think it's Alaskan Extreme or something like that. It's like a little thicker and it kind of goes more of like a full calf length sock. So when I get into some like November hunts, I'll get one that's a little bit taller. Because then in my head, it's like adding a little bit of extra warmth to my leg if I need to. And if I get hot down there, I can obviously just like push that sock down. But then it also kind of fits well with when I get to like taller boots, you know? I kind of like a sock that's going to go, you know, above that boot so I don't get any weird rubbing and hot spots.
While we're on feet, you talked about the sock. Maybe this would be a good time to talk boots. And then we can run back up.
Run back up.
Yeah. What are you looking for in a boot and why?
Just kind of depends on the season.
Okay.
So early season, running around in the heat, depends on the mountain or not, but like I like something that has a lot of flex kind of for that early season stuff. So like last year, obviously running around the desert, I wanted something lightweight, a lot of flex, a little shorter boot. So I was using Laponia 3s from Crispy.
All leather though.
All leather. I don't really like a full synthetic boot at all.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. I like the classic look of a leather boot.
Okay. I mean, it does stretch out and like mold to your feet a little bit better, and they are more durable generally.
And going around cactus and rocks and everything, it just feels like
they probably don't breathe as well.
No. So it's probably a little bit counterintuitive, but like it just feels comfortable to me having a leather boot. And
did you wear this last year, the Laponia?
Yeah, these are a full season of use on them.
What do you think about them?
Love them.
Really?
Love them. Yeah.
Okay.
I think I actually might take these spring bear hunting this year too. Yeah, it's steep and deep mountains, but I usually do like a flexible boot.
Are they stiff enough that you felt like if you threw like a 50-pound pack on and headed up through some steep terrain that you would have enough foot support?
You're getting to that
teetering point.
Teetering point, kind of. Yeah.
Okay. So Laponia, you like those?
Like the ponies a lot.
What else do you have that you like?
I have the La Sportiva Equilibriums.
I hated that boot.
Really?
Yeah, I did not like it.
Really?
Yeah, bought it, wore it a lot, and did not love it. And I see so many people wearing that boot. I know Zach's a fan of that boot that we had on the podcast. I think I've seen the Foss guys wearing that boot. I've seen a lot of dudes rocking that boot, and I don't know if it's just. I mean, they look kind of interesting because I call them a Ronald McDonald boot, right? Because of the colorway. They do have a different colorway actually available, but I just didn't love it. For one, I think there's a point where the tread is too deep.
It is deep. Like it's gnarly.
It's
ridiculous. Especially on the heel.
It's ridiculously deep. Like so much so that I'm like, this is overkill for me at that point. Like I want deep lugs. You know, like I think this is about the right amount of lug, right? So this is a Laponia Pro. A new one, which I would like to try out this year, but I think that's like a good depth of tread. You got certainly enough that you're going to get traction in wet, muddy environments, but and you're going to get wear and tear out of it, but it's not so deep like that thing. The other thing I didn't like about that boot is I don't like the plastic toe cap.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got some pinky issues in that, and it felt like if that boot, like if you accidentally...
You feel like it's a little bit narrow then? It's a little narrow?
Yeah, and I've liked La Sportiva in the past, but I do feel like it was a little bit narrow at my pinky toe, and it also feels like when that boot gets wet...
It stays wet.
It does stay wet. I don't think that boot breathes that well. The other thing is I think it kind of collapses. Like when it dries out, I feel like the plastic in it and the leather, it like collapses on itself. I feel like it fits tighter than it did prior.
Yeah. So this is the boot I'm probably going to run in some big mountain hunts this coming season, scouting trips, early season.
I also don't like the lacing system on that boot.
Geez, you're particular.
Here's the other thing is if your dog chews the laces out of that boot, it's a pain in the ass because the bottom end of that, you see how you have two different color laces?
Yeah.
The laces are sewn in at the bottom, like two different things. So you actually have to punch a hole through the thing if you want to relace those bad boys.
I've never had my dog chew the laces at the point where I have to replace them.
Mine chewed my laces out, but point being, like if you broke a lace in the field, you're kind of effed.
Okay. Huh, interesting. I never knew that about this boot.
Yeah. And I don't like, Do you see the pivot point of the lacing system? Like the point where you start from like the lower foot and then you go up. You only have 2 eyelets above that, and the other one is not recessed all that much. So I feel like if you're going to get some heel slip in that boot, you can't really relace it to like bite your heel in.
Interesting.
Those are just my beefs with that particular boot.
Okay.
See that one, you've got 3. Yeah.
You do got 3.
1 and 2. Yeah.
I mean, you got 2 above here. Like,
See this one, you almost have an extra one, right? So you've got the one that sits here, and then you've got 1 more and 2 above it.
2 above, yeah.
I just feel like it gives me the opportunity to lace a little bit deeper. And if I get blisters, it's going to be my heel.
Yeah.
Like I have to have the ability to lock my heel in, which is what those deeper recessed ones give me.
And this is definitely on the really stiff side. So I've tried stiff boots in the past. They haven't worked out, but kind of moving back into it. And I've kind of found that I did like these boots a lot. I took these to New Zealand. I don't know. Yeah, that's why boots are so personal.
They are. What else do you have?
So moving into some more stiffer options, which these are the boots.
Brickstyle
Pro from Crispy. Took these mountain goat hunting, elk hunting this past year. Just again, a little stiffer boot, full leather. Just really liked it in like really big, steep technical terrain. Not a ton of insulation in it though. So my feet did get cold on a November elk hunt. But mountain goat hunting, it was phenomenal. It's a great boot for that. And again, I do like to get a little taller boot as I move into some of those more late season style hunts.
Okay.
And then just weighed down here at the end is just my like Kentrek Mountain Extreme 1,000 gram. Like my feet do get cold. So if I'm going on a late season deer hunt, took this boot to Tajikistan. It's just has everything I need.
It's a workhorse.
Yeah, it just does everything. And, again, I love the leather boot.
Okay. So there's some questions I have that are kind of building up and maybe would help people. So one being like a tip for trying on a boot, right? So this is a tip I recently read. I think it makes complete sense. So try your boot on. Don't lace the boot up in a sitting position.
Okay.
Slide your feet forward until your toes are touching the front part of the boot. Not that you're not cramming them into the front part of the boot, but you're going to see
touch.
Just touch, right? And then feel down the back of your heel. And if you have about a finger's width, that's kind of the size range you're looking for. And I think that's a good, as I think through the process of like trying on boots and all the different boots I've owned over the years, I think that's a good, because what you don't want is you don't want it to fit so snug that when you're going downhill with a 50-pound pack on, that you're jamming your pinky toes and your big toes into the end of your boot.
Yep.
So that's one thing. Fit.
Obviously, you should be wearing the socks that you're going to be using too, right?
Definitely wear the socks that you're planning on trying your boots on. It should fit snug and comfortable, but not like overly tight. The other question I had for you, we already talked a little bit about leather. You like leather because it molds to your feet. I like synthetic or synthetic leather blend if I can get it, because early season, it's going to breathe better. A leather boot is going to wear a lot longer, so it's going to be more durable for sure. It's better. You can apply like a waterproofing to it, which it looks like you have on both of those boots. That's handy. You can't do that on synthetic. Synthetic has more seams in it typically, so you're like sewing those seams in. Like if you pick up that one right there, you've got a lot more seams going on with it.
Which one? This one?
Yep. So let's see how the upper portion of that is like a synthetic. Anywhere you've got a seam in a boot, it's like a pinch point for where it's probably going to give out, which most synthetics have. Really the benefit to a synthetic is it's lighter and it's more breathable.
Yep. I will say if you do use a leather boot, I'm pretty particular of get back from a hunt. Boots are muddy, dirty, whatever. I do like to go through and clean them right away rather than put them in your garage, put them in a closet, let them sit there with all that stuff on it. I feel like if you can clean that stuff off right away and then reapply boot conditioner, waterproofing, or whatever it is, that you're going to add that extra life out of your boot. You're like basically just like bringing that leather back to life a little bit, making it still pliable, making it still have all those great functionalities of a leather boot. If you just like let it sit there with all that stuff, I feel like you get a lot of cracking that goes on. It dries out a lot if you have a bunch of like, clay or mud type stuff on your boot. And so I really try to instantly when I get back, like sit down with my little horse brush thing and go through it, toothbrush, that sort of thing, and just get it in all the areas, pull the laces off and just really clean out all the debris everywhere in that boot.
The other thing I'm thinking of, so you talked about stiffness. You have a variety of boots here, anywhere from the Laponia, which is, more flexible. It's probably like a 2 on our flex scale, up to something that's probably like a Kinatrek, which is a 4 or 5, right?
Yep.
What type of hunt are you choosing what boot for? Like, when do you break over from using a boot that's like more flexible to a boot that's like, I need a stiff boot? Like, what's the difference in those?
To me, it always comes down to my foot. Like I said, like I would use really flexible boots in big mountain environments. And I don't know if my feet are just maybe getting tougher now, but now I'm finally able to actually use a little bit more stiffer boots, because back in the day, I could not use one at all, a stiff boot in mountain terrain. I would just get torn up blisters no matter how much I broke in that boot.
On your heel?
On my heel. Because I have really
narrow heel. Me too.
Really narrow, skinny feet. And so like, you'll see like every time I'm lacing boots up, they're like, I'm pulling them as tight as they can go.
Yep.
And I've even had to throw like liner socks sometimes in some of my boots. And so to me, for the most part, like I do like something like that 3 flex for like big steep mountains, and something a little less, or a little more flexible on, I don't know, desert terrain or stuff like that, where it's not a lot of.
Does your pack weight come into the equation?
My pack weight, no, never really
at all.
does. I mean, I was the guy though, used to hunt in Solomon speed, speed 4s or
sure,
speed 3s or whatever.
Would you recommend that?
No, I probably wouldn't. But
I wouldn't either.
Yeah, it like definitely makes your pack out suck, and your pack in's horrible, but then you're light the whole time. That's why back then too, it also, hike in on a stiffer-ish boot, and I'd switch over to shoes throughout the whole hunt, so I could like stalk and feel the terrain and feel everything. So like that's where a flexible boot comes into play for me, is like if I'm going down rocks and logs and stuff, I can kind of like feel the terrain a little bit more. With a stiffer boot, I'm just like lugging right over it, and you're not really getting that grip or feel.
It's like a ski boot. You just don't have the dexterity in your foot and feel.
So I'm kind of weird in that sense. I just, sometimes just pick one for the hunt I want to go on and do it. But like these are kind of outline everything there is to.
Yeah.
And I even have used like the super lightweight Atibas. Like I've been running around scouting in those, depending again on the hunt. But like I wouldn't take those on a backpack hunt, but like desert country where I'm running out from my truck, hiking a mile or 2 to Glassing Point, coming back, like sure, go as light as I can. But
I was kind of thinking, I think for me, it depends mostly the decision. It comes down to the environment. So if it's like real rocky and there's a lot of like, like mountain goat, right? I went on a mountain goat hunt. I made the right choice for the footwear I took, but you had like a lot of, baby head size boulders, you know? And in that environment, like I needed a lot of dexterity to like be able to, and grip, right? To like feel my feet and move through that. So a really stiff boot in that environment doesn't work well for me at all.
Yep.
Typical like deer elk country where you have a mix of like, timber and a lot of dirt, a lot of understory duff, that kind of thing. And it's not super rocky. I prefer a stiff boot, like a 4 or 5. And the reason I like that is because it supports my foot. So as you're like side heeling, you get like steep slope and it's just mostly dirt. As you're side heeling, instead of your ligaments and your muscles all trying to maintain your balance as you're cutting across that side hill, a stiff soled boot will do a lot of that work for you. Like it'll support your foot. If you're climbing up a hill, same thing, and you're digging your toe into the hillside and you're like pushing up, that stiff sole is providing a lot of that lift and that support so that you're not just torching your legs. So like if I have a 50-pound pack and I'm backpack elk hunting and it's like your typical elk terrain, not super, super rocky, I really like a pretty stiff boot. Okay. And my legs feel way better at the end of the day. It's not the most fun to just clop down a trail, single track trail in a boot like that. But once you leave it and you got some steep incline and decline and side hill, that boot does way better on my legs than a flexible boot. So that's kind of like the decision maker for me is like pack weight. If I have like 50 pounds on my back, I probably need a boot with a stiff sole to support the pack. And then if it's super rocky, it's like if it's super, and I have a bad right ankle and actually a stiff boot, I hear this all the time. Like, oh, I want a boot with a lot of ankle support, right? I have a bad ankle, a lot of ankle support. Like a stiff boot with a bad ankle in a real rocky environment is a bad deal.
Yeah, I think people think the opposite of what they should be thinking on this.
Yeah, like I need a bit of flex in that boot, some softness in it so that like I can feel and also that there's a little bit of give in the boot so that my ligament kind of stretches and moves with my step versus just popping and rolling.
I know I've said something controversial in the past but I always believe that ankle support with tall boots is a myth. like people use that as a crutch, like, oh, you need to get more ankle support with a tall boot. But like, try walking around in a ski boot. I guarantee you're going to hurt yourself.
I just know, this is just from trying stuff, I definitely twist my ankle, roll my ankle a lot more when I have a stiff boot in a real rocky environment. That's like a perfect case scenario for me to roll my ankle.
What about if you were elk or deer hunting in like that broken kind of coulee-ish type country?
Yeah, something flexible would be great
Flexible?
for that. Yeah, like a 2 or 3 flex, like a crispy Nevada would be a great option. I think this would be a great option. So I'm actually super stoked about this, which is the Laponia Pro, I think they're calling it. I think the flex on this is 2.5, which has got some give to it. You can see me flex it, but it's full leather with a rand. It's got good tread in it. I think a boot like this or the Nevada would be like a good all around boot. Same with like the Altitude. I wore that last year a bunch. I wore that in Arizona, which was super rocky. And again, I had enough flexibility. I only rolled my ankle once. Smashed my bow into the side of the hillside. But I think something like that is great for that type of hunt. My other favorite boot, the one that I wore last year a lot that I absolutely love on the stiffer side, is the Scarpa Zodiac Tech GTX, which I don't have here with me. I wore that boot to New Zealand, which is super steep, a lot of pack weight, a lot of miles, and I couldn't have been more impressed with that boot. Absolutely loved it. It's a little bit shorter, but it's full leather. It's probably a 4 or 5 flex on the scale. I absolutely love that boot. It's hands down one of my very favorites. Like I continue to wear that thing still.
Antelope hunting, just really quickly, what would you recommend?
Oh, antelope hunting.
Spot and stock.
Yeah, like the Ativa would be awesome from Crispy. I think that's a great option. I mean, there's a bunch of them out there, people that like the Ultras. There's a lot of Ultras that they make both in a high top and a low top that would be good bets. Solomon's would be a good bet. Anything, I mean, again, with antelope hunting, depends on your style of antelope, but if you're spot and stock, you're probably going to just be doing a lot of walking across open country that's not all that hilly. And make sure it doesn't give you blisters. I've had running shoes that I've worn on hunts like that before that just torched my feet. Ate them up. It wasn't fun.
Yeah.
So what do you got for blisters as far as you said you get them on your heel?
Get on my heel.
Kinetrex just absolutely wrecked my heels.
Oh, they're perfect for me.
Oh, bro, they will eat my heel guaranteed for lunch. We'll eat it alive. What do you do for blisters?
Leukotape.
Leukotape is a good one.
Got some moleskin always.
You brought up liner socks. Do you wear a liner sock?
I wear a liner sock in some of my later season hunts. Again, just to kind of fill up that volume. So I usually have a thicker sock too, but like I said, my feet are just so skinny. It feels like those later season boots just have more volume for every reason. Maybe they're built for other people, but like I have to kind of fill that up with something. So I always have a liner sock in, and then if I pull it, sit down in glass, I'm take out my sock, let my liner sock kind of breathe a little bit. So I use a liner sock that also helps prevent blisters a little bit, I think, for me on like a Kinetrex.
Yeah, I used to wear a liner sock forever, so this might be a tip for anybody that's really struggling with blisters. But the way that it's been explained to me, and I think that it works, is if you wear a thin, super thin, like a nylon liner sock, a blister starts from like a point that sticks essentially, and you're just grinding that like this over and over and over, right? So as you're moving your finger, like if you picture on the back of my hand and I'm just like rotating that thing up and down, you eventually kind of break down that layer of skin and it starts to form a blister underneath it. I think if you wear a liner sock between that and your main sock, that friction point becomes between the two socks versus your skin and that sock, if that makes sense.
Yep.
And I see it seemed to work with me. I know that in years past when I was really struggling with a pair of boots, a liner sock helped a lot. So I would say give it a go if you're somebody that's really struggling.
Do you ever pre-tape?
Oh, all the time.
You do?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I mean, like when we went to New Zealand, I definitely pre-taped both of my heels just in case, because it's like, might as well throw some Leukotape. And I don't care who you are, to make yourself stop once you've already got your pack fully loaded and you're a mile down the trail and you're excited about your hunt, to make yourself stop when you start to feel just like the little slightest inkling of a blister is really hard. Most people don't do it. They get a full-blown blister and then they're like, now I have to deal with it. And then they stop and try to tape it. So a lot of times I'll just pre-tape it and be done with it.
Are you the type of person that blisters easy? Like, do you always have like do you blister once during the summer on your first like scouting trip, and after that it heals over, it gets a little bit tougher, and then the rest of you are kind of golden?
I mean, I've had a lot better luck since I went to the darn tufts, but I used to really struggle with blisters on my heels and my pinky toe sometimes. So, and that, a lot of that's fit and getting the right brand of boot for you. Generally, like your German-made boots, if you're talking Hanwag or Low is a classic German boot, right? Like there's a lot of volume in that boot. That boot's probably not for me because my feet are like a medium to narrow, I would say. Kenetrek, for whatever reason, their heel pocket just eats my heels up. Like there's just too much room in it. I need something that like seals my foot in. The Crispy, I think, is like the best that I am aware of, like middle of the road boot. Like most people can fit a Crispy boot.
Yeah, like the Brickstall Pro that I use mountain goating. So I got that boot kind of late in the year, kind of weighing what I wanted to take on that mountain goat hunt last year. I wore it around the office for like 3 weeks, went on a couple of walks with the dog, and literally went mountain goat hunting, and it was money. Yeah. Like I didn't have to break it in. It was super comfortable. Just like slip my foot in there. I don't know. Do you ever get this feeling when you put your foot in a brand new boot, you're like, oh, wow.
Oh yeah.
Like I instantly know it's going to work. Or sometimes like you put your foot in and you're like, foot doesn't go in there quite as smooth and it moves around a little bit. You're like, no, this ain't for me. Just like that initial like field test.
Yeah. Your gut check.
Yeah. And like some of these boots, sometimes I put them in, I'm like, ooh, that's going to be nice. And then it usually works out. But if I like have slight hesitation about it and I still try to force the issue and try it, those are the boots that are usually like, give me a little bit of problem.
Yeah. I'd say go with your gut on it too. Like, and try multiple pairs on. I think Crispy's a little bit wide. So like a Scarpa, for example, or a La Sportiva. I think those are more on the like medium to narrow fitting boots. So if you're the type of dude that has that foot, I would lean that way. I think the Crispy, maybe the Salewas are a little bit more like middle ground. They're like the difference between a Loa, which is really wide and a lot of volume, and then a La Sportiva or a Scarpa, which is generally like a lot more narrow and medium width.
Yeah, I couldn't get a Scarpa to work for me. I tried two of them, cannot get it to work.
That Scarpa Zodiac Tech
haven't tried that one.
Is the shit. I really like that boot. Last year I wore, so for my system, I wore the Altitude a lot. I wore the Crispy Alpine a lot. And I really like that boot if you're looking for a stiff option from Crispy. We didn't really talk about weight that much. Do you ever feel like a boot is too heavy?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Was that saying 5 pounds on your
That's what they say.
Feet is
no, they
something
say a pound on your
back?
foot's like 5 or 10 on your back.
Yeah, there's times when you're like, wow, this thing, I'm slugging along and I feel like I'm sluggish and slow and it feels like you just get worn out towards the end of like a hard day of hiking, like a really heavy boot.
Yeah.
Insoles? Do you swap insoles?
I have and I haven't. For years and years, I never did. I just wore factory insoles. And then I had a pair of Hanwag Makra Pros. And I was on an elk hunt one. Well, it was that elk hunt that I did in Colorado. I had like a 9-mile pack out one way, right? So I was doing 18 miles a day, making a load out. And I think the second load out, I was just like, man, I didn't have any blisters or anything like that, but the soles of my feet were just sore from like compaction. And I put a set of insoles in that boot and it made a big difference. And so since then I have been replacing insoles, but I don't get crazy with it. I'm not like doing custom orthotics or anything like that. I've used Dr. Scholl's from Walmart. Those have been fine. The real, padded ones, like the gel insoles, like the old people wear. I've used those and those have been great, to be honest. I've used Obos that we've carried. I've used Super Feet. Those have been decent. So there's like, for me, I'm not like an insole snob. Like my feet are generally pretty okay. And like to spend, another $150, $200 or something like that on a set of insoles is just not my jam. I'd rather buy a new archery release or something.
Really?
Yeah.
To me, it feels like you get a pair of boots. Like it's the first thing I change, pull those out because they're made for just the masses. They're like an average of everyone's foot in a way. So
sure,
like
and there's not a lot to them. Insoles suck and generally.
Yeah, so I'm always pulling those out and swapping them instantly. Like all these boots that are sitting here, they don't have insoles in them right now because I have one pair and I just swap them to my boot every time I wear it.
And what do you use?
I've been using sheep feet for the longest time and I haven't tried anything else. And I do have 2 pairs luckily because when I got my first mold made, I got a second pair right away that had the same, my foot shape. And I'm kind of wondering now if I've outlasted those. I was
going to ask you, what do you think the lifespan of those are?
2 years, 3 years, maybe.
It's pretty good.
Like the more hunts you probably go on though, and there's certain terrain, I bet you can blow through them because it's starting to feel like they're not the same as they used to be. So I have my second pair at home, which I'm probably going to swap over to this year, and then maybe a couple more years try to get my foot measured or whatever. Cause I don't know too, maybe, your feet do change, right?
For sure.
When you get older.
Yeah.
I wonder if my shape's kind of doing differently, or maybe that's why sometimes these really long, heavy pack outs and my feet do feel sluggish. Is it because my insoles are broken down to the point where they're, done? Or if I swap over to these newer ones, like did my foot change maybe too? So I probably need to get that like tested or looked at again. But
I went from a 10.5 in my 20s to an 11 to 11.5 currently in most boots, even to some boots where I'm like almost pushing a 12. And I think that's just, you get older and your feet flatten out. I think your arches start to collapse a little bit, probably get a little bit wider and, maybe a little bit longer even. But yeah, I do think your feet change over time. Let's talk. Do you want to talk pants?
Yeah, pants.
Okay.
So as mentioned earlier, GOHUNT lightweight hunting pant.
Yep.
It's kind of been my jam lately.
I think you're the only one that has that green pair.
Oh, am I?
I don't have any.
Saw it here first.
What's important for you in a pair of pants? I have this in my notes. So what are your priorities in a pair of hunting pants?
Fit.
First and foremost?
First and foremost.
Okay.
Fit. It has to fit.
I have the same note. So fit, first and foremost, is the most important for me in a pair of hunting pants.
Yeah,
if that thing does not fit and be comfortable, I won't wear it.
Has to fit around the waist. It has to not be too baggy because some pants will they feel like they sag out after 4 or 5 days of sweating in it.
That's my second note. No stretch over multiple days or minimal stretch.
And they do have to be the right length. I think that goes into the same side of the fit.
Okay. Along the same things I have in my notes, I'm a 33-inch waist. If you don't offer a 33-inch waist, I'm probably not interested in buying a pair of your pants because the 34 is going to be too big and too baggy, and I hate it. A 32 is going to be probably okay in the thighs and the calves, but it's going to be too tight in the waist for me.
I don't want to put the companies on blast. We won't name them, but
why not?
Sitka?
Yeah, make it 33. You used to.
Kifaru?
Yeah, make it 33. And a 35. I know it's more SKUs and I get it. I totally understand it. I get it, but there's a lot of people within that demographic and I hate it. I hate if I have to go to a 34 because it just gets too baggy in the waist. Not in the waist, but more so in the thighs and the calves. Yeah. I can make the waist work. I could suck that thing with a belt, but I don't like the excess material.
The excess material will eventually get hot spots. That's what I noticed when you have a big heavy pack on and all of a sudden you take it off and I'll get home and I have little scars.
Yeah, because you're bunching in those
because I'm bunching
things.
it up and getting a hot spot right there with the material. And it's I'm not a 34. I'm a 33 or sometimes even a 32.
Sure.
And make some sizes for everyone. And it's an extra SKU thing, but make it so it fits the waist, make it so it fits the length side of it. I hate having high water pants everywhere that are, every time I sit down in a glass, I'm trying to pull down my pants because it looks weird if I'm not wearing gaiters. Make them long, make them the right waist. Built-in belt if possible. That's key. That's why I really love our pant because it has that built-in belt on it. So if I am that tweener thing or somehow lose some water weight on a hunt, and my waist gets a little bit smaller, I can use that belt now to customize that feel a little bit.
Okay. What else?
Has to have hip vents on the side to dump heat.
Got that.
I'm so over pants back in the day, not having that, and other companies did, and people being bullish about hey, we don't want to do what other people are doing, but that is.
How do you feel about mesh
mesh is so dumb.
Yeah, I hate it. I don't like a mesh insert on my hip zips.
Yeah, I know some people are going to go back and forth on it all the time, but you look at certain of these pants that have the zips on the side and they have mesh underneath. You zip them down, they only open an inch because that mesh is restricting how much it's going to open. Yeah. Where if you don't have that mesh there, it's going to open wider. And if you do get an area where you're there's a bunch of oak brush here, I'm potentially going to get some oak brush in my pants. It takes literally 0.3 seconds to go and zip them up really quick, get through the oak brush, zip them back down, being able to just dump heat when you need to, and just why have mesh?
Yeah, it's not like I mean I've had pants with both, and it's not like I could say the ones that completely zip that have no mesh in them seem to get that I'm constantly annoyed by shit getting inside my pants. Yeah. You know what I mean? I don't notice it. So for me, I hate mesh. I don't like the mesh.
And that's also why on our zips they're positioned enough on the side of your pants. If you're walking forward through brush, they're not facing forward. It's not going to
Yeah, it's
aid
kind of on
in
the
catching
back of the seam.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And just like
Pocket configuration matter to you?
pocket configuration does.
Okay.
I
What do
want
you
to
like?
go back to one thing though on the
Okay.
mesh. I hear a lot of people say it prevents like ticks from getting in you with the mesh. They can crawl up the bottom of your pants.
Sure.
They can crawl up through your waist belt. They can get in there no matter what it is. So like mesh, dumb. Cut it out of everything. If a pant has mesh, most likely I'm not going to select that pant, or I'm going to cut it out.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem then too, if you cut it out and it's not designed to be open that much, it's still not going to open as much as it would if it's designed to be.
Yeah, they open a lot more.
Yeah.
When you got no mesh in it.
But yeah, pocket configuration is huge. Like,
Okay. What do you like in a
I
pocket?
don't like the pockets that up on top that are at a slight angle where you can barely get your hands in there.
Uh-huh.
Like I have to be able to get things in and out. If I want to put a pair of gloves in there, I want to be able to get a glove in there. If I want to put my phone in there, I want to do that. Like for you, randomly putting an archery release in certain pockets, you want to be able to do that. And
I
like,
put it in my front pocket.
yeah, so I want like the cargo type pockets on the front, and I want those to be zippered.
2 of them?
I want 2 of them. I want one on the left and one on the right.
What do you think about like pockets that have the flap over it that you either have to, it has like
No.
a snap flap and you have to hold it up to put it in, or it has like the one that's sewn in that you have to like reach your hand up and over and then down in?
Why are we complicating things?
Do you know the one I'm talking
Oh,
about?
yeah, I know the one you're talking about.
Does that matter to you?
It matters.
Yeah. I mean, ultimately, like if the pant fit pretty well, I'd probably still wear it and it was the right material. But those are like little details about a pant that annoy the hell out of me.
Yeah.
Like I don't like those pockets where it has like a snap and a flap.
Nope. Yeah.
It's just annoying.
It's annoying. Like if I want to keep it, there's sometimes when I will hike around with the zipper open.
Sure.
Because I want easy access to my phone, easy access to something. But like I can just zip it closed and it's there. I don't have to try to work my hand in there a weird way. Like
Those ones are my least favorite. The one you have to like push your hand, you have to do one of these, right?
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Yeah. What about a pocket inside a pocket? They have sometimes they have like little hidden pockets at the bottom.
I mean,
there's
times like I'll put an elk reed or something like that, a diaphragm call in one of those little extra, pocket inside a pocket. So it's got like its own little hidey hole.
Yeah. Some of them are hard to grab those things out of though. Like you reach in there, you always like go over top of it and can't quite get in there.
Yeah. Back pocket.
Oh,
you have to have a back pocket, at least one.
I know. We when we were designing our pant, that was the biggest thing. I was like, we're hunting.
Yeah, dude, I have a pair right now. As I sit here, I have a pair of Sitka Ascent pants that do not have a back pocket. I wasn't even thinking about this really until I went to the Maverick this morning on my way.
Yeah.
I go to put my wallet in my back pocket. I was
Just
like,
hit the
son
ground.
of a bitch, I have no back pocket.
Yeah.
Noise the hell out of me.
I've come around to it more because like I said there, like you do go to the gas station when you're hunting. You do wear these pants when you're not hunting. And obviously I'm wearing a pair of our GOHUNT pants right now, just sit here in podcasting. And I had my wallet in there as I went to the office and I took it out. And there is times when I will throw a pair of gloves back there. So I do utilize it for other things.
Gloves all the time.
Yeah.
Diaphragm call. I'll do that all the time. And then as a bow hunter, like if you're right-handed, a lot of times like I'll reach back and stick something in my back pocket, like a rangefinder or a release or something like that. If I'm like trying to keep my profile low.
Mm-hmm. Who was in this office? Was it Hunter? Maybe it wasn't Hunter, but there was some in this office that says they always put their cell phone in the back pocket.
Yeah, same thing.
To me, the cell phone in the back pocket shouldn't be there because you bend and move all the time and you're hiking. It's like I don't want to add that potential flex and stress on my phone or my digiscoping case or whatever goes on there.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Let me paint a picture for you. So you're bow hunting, right? And you're putting a stock on a mule deer and you're within 200 yards and you've dropped a pin. Okay. Yep. You have your release in your front right pocket because you're right-handed, right? You pull out your phone, you got your phone, and you're like checking your pin, and you're trying to decide where to go. Where's the easiest, best place to put that phone after?
Not in your right pocket because that's where you release it.
That's where you release it.
It's going to clang around and make extra noise.
And you don't want to reach across your body to try to put it in your left-hand pocket. The very easiest place is to shove that right in your back pocket on your right hip. Write that down.
Write that down. You sold me on it. Good work, Trail. That's why we put the back pocket together, Trail. So everyone who likes that back pocket, then thank you.
That's right. Weight.
I want them to be light.
Huh?
I want them to be light.
Okay.
I don't want you need multiple pants for multiple seasons.
Sure.
Like I'm not going to wear a heavier pant. Like other companies have called their pants lightweight pants before, and they're not great for
to have
August.
one light.
We're going to call them out.
That pant's too heavy for early season, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But they do have the 206, which is, I think it's the 20. Is it the 206 or the 406? I can't remember. One of those two, but that one is lighter.
The Havilland Light is It needs one that's like to have one light.
Mm-hmm.
It needs like one more lighter than that for early season hunting.
Extra light.
Extra light. Ultra light.
Ultra light.
There we
I
go.
like that.
They need one more lighter than that for the early season hunts. And the nice thing about having an early season pant, like you can always extend that season a little bit by getting like a merino zip off base layer.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can make these a little bit more versatile and extend the season out of it. But like if you're so hot when you're hiking around, that's just the worst.
There's another point to be made for no mesh on your side zips, your hip zips, because you can open those things completely open, reach in, unzip your long johns, and pull those out without ever taking them off.
Yep.
Right.
And sometimes I've gone where I have zipped it down to dump heat, and then I'll reach in there really high and zip the merino down a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
So now I get that extra skin open with it, and I adds that versatility to it. So I like a pant that's really lightweight. Obviously, if I'm going a little bit later, I need to add a little bit thicker pant. But just if I can try to keep that weight down, that's key to me. Like I'm also not a bow hunter.
Mm-hmm.
So do you prioritize how your pant is in terms of quietness?
So these are my priority list. Fit has to fit. Second, stretch, no stretch over multiple days. Weight. So for bow hunting, I'm looking for probably something in like the 13 to 15 ounce range total. Okay. Hip zips.
Yep.
No mesh.
No mesh.
In my notes. 5 pocket configurations. I like 2 thigh pockets, 2 hand pockets, and 1 back pocket if I can get it, which is why we have that exact configuration in our pants. Mm-hmm. Knee pads.
Yep. Have to be knee pad compatible.
I have to have I like knee pads.
Yep. And you have to be able to take them out.
Yeah, I like be able to take them in and out. And for a bow hunter, there's so many times I think back where you end up on, 1 knee or 2 knees when you're on a stalk, and you might be there for a hot minute. Mm-hmm. It's really handy to have knee pads in just to provide you some cushion. It gives you just like more staying power. You can stay there because you got a little bit of cushion. It's even nice when like you get out of your tent in the morning, you just want to bend down and tie your boots. Yeah. Just go to 1 knee. So knee pads. 7th, sound, quiet.
Okay. There it is.
I would like the pant to be quiet. I'm not willing to sacrifice a pant being too heavy for the hunt that I'm doing for it to be quiet. Mm-hmm. And then 8th, I have durability, which durability is awesome, but I mean, it's a hunting pant. It's probably going to get some wear and tear. I'm probably going to end up having to replace it from time to time.
You can't quite have it all.
You can't quite have it all. It's hard to have a really durable pant that's also super lightweight.
Yeah.
So that's kind of my list. I have some pants. I'm going to ask you. So you have the GOHUNT lightweight pant, which is obviously our pant. What other pants do you like?
I do like it to have on light.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. But I use it to have on light though in like a early October time frame.
Okay.
Not early in the season. I do like I'm one of the guys that do like the contour waist.
Mm-hmm.
Because like, again, I'm a tweener size.
Sure.
So being able to get just that, I think it's like a medium tall or whatever pant I use, I'm able to customize that waist a little bit.
They have like 5 sizes.
Yeah.
I don't know if they still do, but they used to have a medium large, and then on up.
Yeah. So that pant has actually really grown on me a lot. Okay. Just because, like I said, it's more that October time frame that I'll use that, and I can dump heat. I really do enjoy trail that zip goes past the knees a little bit.
Hate it.
I can use it if I need to.
Sure.
You don't have to zip it that far, trail.
I know, but when I don't zip it that, like
you do not feel the zipper.
I do feel it on my knee for sure.
I've talked to so many people about this.
The pants that you have that have that feature, I don't like.
Maybe if we did it on ours, because ours is a little thinner on the side, I think it might not be as noticeable.
I don't like the zipper over my knee. Okay. On the side of my knee.
Okay.
You aren't gonna win that one.
All right. Whatever.
You could maybe make it longer if you like went down the back of my calf.
Okay. We can move it
like
a little bit.
Behind your knee.
Yeah.
Maybe I could get away with that, but
yeah. So the pant you like?
Me?
Yeah.
I like our pant, obviously. So the GOHUNT lightweight hunting pant. I like the Fjällräven Keb Agile, which is one of my all-time very favorite pants.
I've never used that pant.
You've never had a pair of those pants. Nope. Dude, everybody. So I got on that train maybe 6, 7 years ago.
Oh gosh. You have kids.
Yeah. But that pant was like pretty much, other than the fact that it does not have a back pocket, which annoys me. Other than that, and it doesn't have knee pads, which I don't like that. But the material, the weight, I love that pant. I love the way that pant fits. So that's always been a staple for me.
Doesn't one of those pants have stupid zippers by the ankle?
That one does not have zippers, but it does have like
pull cord?
Nope. It's got a snap. Like you
Okay.
can actually make it cinch it in if you want to a little bit. Like you can probably take a half inch or an inch out of that. It does have that, which I hardly ever use it. I just leave it completely open and snap it. But I do love that pant, again, primarily because it fits really good. I pulled the stats on it. So that's 14.7 ounces. Our pants, 14 ounces with knee pads, you're 3.1 ounces more. So you're 17 ounces on our pant. The other pant that I like, I don't love, but I like, I really like the Sitka Ascent pant.
Yep.
I like the material. I like the weight. They don't make it anymore. Apparently I checked out their website yesterday and couldn't find it, but they have this Intercept pant.
Yep. I was going to mention that one next.
So that pant, if you are listening and like quietness or how loud a pant is, if that's like a big thing for you up on your priority list, that's that and the Praxis pant, I think from Stone Glacier, are the two quietest pants that I'm aware of on the market. It is a little heavy for my liking.
Yeah.
The other thing I don't like about that pant is that it's not offered in a 33.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
You can get a 32 and a 34. I have a 34. It's too baggy on me.
I don't think you can get a 33 in the entire Sitka line.
Fair enough, but I don't like the way that pant fits exactly in the size range that I have to go with.
Yeah, so I took that pant on my moose hunt a couple years ago. Literally hiked around it every single day, slept in it. I think that was Sitka's first attempt at the zippered hip vent.
Yep.
And I really like the position on that one. It's actually a little further back, I think, even than ours. It's like really nice. But again, I had to use that 34, and I was constantly bunching up that top part of the waist belt area, and it was super annoying because I'm not a 34 at all.
I would be a bigger fan of that pant if they had like a true 33, or if I lost some weight and a 32 fit me better.
Yeah.
So that's one thing I don't like about it. That pant is super quiet. So it's a bonded polyester with a wool backer on the backside and this like grid fleecy looking pattern on the back of it. It does have removable knee pads, which is nice. It's got the hip zips that you like. So weight on that, 20.8 ounces.
It's so heavy.
So you can see it's heavy. Like it's definitely heavier. I think it makes a really nice like September high country elk hunting pant. If it fits you, good, super quiet. I think it's really durable. I haven't had any issues with that. I just think it's too heavy for most of what I do.
And the problem is, like you said, I just pulled it up to confirm. But like if you did drop down to a 32 and had to go 32 tall, it's only a 33 inseam. It's not the 34.
Right.
So you're going to lose a little bit of length there, and it's going to be high water on me.
Gotcha.
And it's already high water to begin with.
There are a lot of options right now on the market for pants.
There is.
So I went through and made a list of probably ones that we haven't really talked about. So the Kafaru Pass Breaker. Again, for me, it's probably even a little bit heavy for what I do early season, to be honest. The Stone Glacier de Havilland Light, which we talked a little bit about. I do not like the way that Stone Glacier's pants fit, and they get stretchy.
It's stretched out. That's the most downside of it.
And they get crusty. I don't mind. Yeah, they get crusty over multiple day hunts. Yep. I did like the Stone Glacier 206 decently, although I thought the inner thigh zippers that like go up to your crotch, like up in your taint.
I love we brought taint into this.
I don't like the way that zipper configuration works. Argali Vesper pant. I checked out their website yesterday. I don't see that they have actually any in stock, but I do like Brad, and I liked what I saw when I was in Salt Lake, getting to check those out. And that guy has a pretty similar, he's thinner than I am, but mountain climber, rock climber. Yeah. I'm
He's
sure
very detail oriented when it comes to everything, and it bleeds into the clothing line that they have.
To me, it looks like his pants are probably going to fit pretty good.
Brad, get rid of the mesh.
Yeah, he did mesh, didn't he? Yeah, don't like that.
Brad, you know you're listening.
A couple other, the Kuiu Attack pant, which has obviously been a staple for a really long time, and then the Kuiu Katana pant. Those are both pants I think were probably worth considering. And then I think if you're somebody that's like on, you're trying to not pay $170 for a pair of pants or whatever it might be, I still think the Piranha Stretch Zion is a great pant. If it's like $90, you probably find it. And then I hear a lot of guys wearing this Wrangler.
I hear that too. Yeah,
this Wrangler pant you can buy at Walmart, which is kind of knockoff version of like the Piranha Stretch Zion material. I don't know if it's like the rugged something or other, but there's a lot of dudes wearing that pant that seem to really like it.
So, you tried any of the King's pants?
I have not.
Yeah.
So
There's people that use it.
I can't speak specifically to those. But yeah, for me, early season archery, deer, elk, antelope. My 3 favorite pair are going to be our pant, Fjällräven Cab Agile, and then the Sitka Intercept pant.
Intercept, yep.
Those are kind of my go-to. Anything else to add with pants?
No. I do like a little bit of extra material on the backside. Like some that's gonna be a little more durable on your butt area.
Oh, yeah, butt.
Yeah. Like just something to help a little bit, because you're always sitting on rocks if you're not on your glassing pad, and just like, just a little bit of extra. Not talking about like some Kevlar area down there, so it's like really uncomfortable when you're walking around, but just like a little bit of something.
Yeah. There are some more pants I'm thinking about that I've worn. So the Frontier from Born Primitive, I thought those were okay. A little bit noisy.
I did like their cell phone pocket.
Yeah, cell phone pocket was pretty sick. Yeah. I agree. Element, so it's like a company that Levi Morgan's working with. They sent some pants out, and I've worn those. The fit's actually really good. I'm not super in love with the material, to be honest, but other than that, the fit I thought was great. But yeah, our pant, honest to God, our pant, I really like our pant. I know that like we've had some people that have written in and said, hey, they've had some issues with like the seat tearing out. And if you've had that, like reach out to us and we'll get you taken care of, and we're taking steps to address that. Totally get it. It's the first iteration of that pant. I will say, as far as fit, function, pocket configurations, I love our pant. I'm like really genuinely super proud of the pant.
I am too.
Cool. It's the first pant that I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go scouting, or I'm gonna go bow hunting. Like that's the first pant I'm going for.
Yep.
All right, cool. Let's run through a few more of these. We're 82 minutes in. Let's talk like mid layer. What do you got?
I have the Black Rock hoodie.
Okay.
From GOHUNT.
From GOHUNT.
It's grown on me. I do like the Helio.
Yeah.
From Stone.
Okay. Do you love the Helio? Or you like it?
I like it.
What do you not like about it?
It feels a little boxy.
Okay. The chest seams are kind of strange. Like the way that's sewn in. Yeah. It's a little bit weird. Any others that jump out at you? I would call the Atmosphere jacket a mid layer.
Yeah. Yeah. I got the Atmosphere here. That's probably one of my favorite pieces of all time. Like literally I just wear like a base layer underneath it, and then Atmosphere, and I can handle a lot of different hunting conditions, temperatures. I can move through brush, not worrying about it getting destroyed. I don't have to, have my puffy on and be like all concerned about what I'm hiking through. And it's just a great piece when you're moving around, being active, kind of staying warm. Obviously I'm not going to go on top of a mountain and put that on as like my insulation piece to like glass with.
Dries really quick.
Yeah. And like I just washed it for like the first time. Like I've been going years without washing it. I was like, I probably should wash this. It's getting some nasty stuff all over it. But super durable piece.
Yeah. My only beef with it is a little bit noisy.
Yeah.
So it's got a little bit of sound to it with that exterior fabric, but the exterior fabric is fairly durable for what it is. It's really lightweight, and I would say weight versus warmth, that ratio is really good, which I like it a lot. Yeah. I like the cuffs a lot too.
Do you see... Are we coming out with the vest? Because I have a vest sample. I've been wearing that a little bit, testing it out.
Yep.
So we have a vest version of the Atmosphere.
Definitely got a vest coming in the same. And I think that's actually a pretty cool piece. It might be a good, just like you need a little more insulation to throw on. I think the vest might be a nice piece.
Yeah.
How do you feel about vests? Do you ever wear vests? Generally?
I have a vest right here. So I have Stone Glacier's Grumman.
Down vest?
Down vest.
Do you ever take it?
I do. I'm a guy that gets cold. Like I'm 183 pounds normally, and try to keep stacking on insulation layers. Like sometimes I do like an insulated vest. Okay. I'm not a person that would just have like I would never take a Sitka Jetstream vest, or I'm trying to think of other brands that have vests. Like I want something with insulation, but I'm going to take a vest.
Sure.
Like
you're not taking like a windbreaker vest, like a soft shell vest?
No, not like a Sitka Mountain vest. I think they had one back in the day. What's your
take on soft shell as a whole?
New.
No. Is there a place in your kit for it?
There's a place for a soft shell if I am hunting from a truck, from a base camp, and coming back to a base camp every single night, where I'm like, kind of depends on the terrain, rocky, but I know there's gonna be a lot of like trees. I'm gonna be like leaning against glassing, like it's a little bit more durable.
I would say wind, like in front country wind. So if you're in a lot of wind and you're in, front country day hunting, I think there's a place for a soft shell, but like
I'm not going to pack the weight on the backcountry hunt.
I'm not going to pack one in my backpack.
No.
Like the warmth weight ratio just isn't quite there enough for me.
What would be your midweight that you like compared to the Black Rock?
Well, okay. So I like part of it might be just kind of silly, but I really like the Sitka Core Heavyweight hoodie, which again is a grid fleece. It's very similar to the Black Rock. The only reason I gave that the go ahead is because I can get it in camo. So I end up wearing a camo second layer like a Core Heavyweight hoodie a lot when I'm bow hunting, especially in the morning and the evening when I'm hunting elk, So I get camo in it, right?
Yep.
So I do like it. I like the way that it fits. And again, there's like nothing crazy about the material. I don't think it's above and beyond, the Black Rock. Mostly it's just color and maybe a little bit of fit.
Yeah. And it's a piece I've worn forever too.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's a staple in a lot of people. And it's one that like really hasn't changed. It's the same thing with like, I don't know, if you get a product that like hasn't changed for years and years and years, you're like, shit, there's a reason why.
There's a reason why, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's a great piece. But that, and then the other one I had on my mid layers is the Atmosphere jacket. I'm going to choose the grid fleece type hoodie if I'm in like a spot and stock, or if noise is a consideration at all, because like that one is a little bit loud in my opinion.
Yeah.
But it is warm for the weight. I pulled these up actually. So a Core Heavyweight hoodie is going to be 14.8 ounces, which is more than I thought. The Atmosphere jacket, 12.8 ounces. So it's like 2 ounces lighter, and it's definitely warmer.
Definitely warmer. More versatile.
For sure. For those that are wondering, so the Atmosphere jacket, it's a 20D ripstop face with 100 grams of PrimaLoft Evolve insulation kind of on the inside of it.
Where's our Black Rock weigh?
I don't know what the Black Rock weighs. It's probably in that neighborhood of 14 ounces, I would bet, somewhere in that realm.
I'll pull it up here.
Yeah, you can pull it up and see.
Specs.
15.3. Okay, so it's a little heavier. It's kind of in the same range as like a Core Heavyweight, even a little bit heavier. Core Heavyweight is 93% polyester, 7% elastin for those that might be interested.
Do you ever put anything in these upper pockets that everyone has?
I do not.
I know.
You're talking a chest zip pocket?
A chest zip pocket on the left side, or sometimes they have them on the right side, but
I don't
either.
I can't think of one time ever in the history of hunting where I've actually put something in that like I organize my gear and I put something in there to keep track of it.
I will say, like, it does make it look.
Yeah, it looks good.
It makes it look good.
Yeah, it looks cool.
But like the functionality, like what am I going to put in there? I'm going to have a bino harness over top of that.
That's true.
Like,
and that's the reason why we didn't put one in the Atmosphere jacket. This is like, what do you ever actually put in there? I mean, it looks aesthetically, it looks nice. Like on the Black Rock, I think it's a nice overlay. You get the two-tone, the gray and the black, and I get that, but I never put anything in there.
Even if I'm walking around town, like I can't think of a reason to put anything in there. Like, why would I want something on my chest?
Yeah. Like what? Yeah, it's a weird spot to put it.
I'm not gonna put my keys up there. Like,
okay, let's talk puffies. And let's talk insulation and rain gear.
Yeah, so for the longest time, and still use it interchangeably. Like I said, I have the Stone Glacier Grumman Goose Down vest. I do like the Stone Glacier Grumman, like their normal jacket, hooded jacket. It's like an insulation piece. I think it checks a lot of really quality boxes. Lightweight. It's not very durable though. I do have to baby it. Anytime I try to move around them on a glassing knob and I hear like a stick or something with thorns catching, I'm like, oh, don't tear. Yeah.
So I have that one written down too. And for those that are interested, it's a 15 denier Pertex shell, 5.3 ounces of 850 filled down. Total weight on a size large is 11.8 ounces for a down jacket is really good. Yeah. It's warm, but I'm with you. Anytime I'm sitting there glassing and I think like, oh, I want to like lean back and take a load off. I'm like, I probably shouldn't, because if I'm in some sticks or rocks or something, I'm probably going to come out with a hole. And my Grumman down jacket has Luco tape all over it.
Yeah. So it's a good suggestion if you're going to, no matter what kind of down jacket you have, probably carry something to patch holes.
For sure.
You're going to get some holes eventually, but how careful you are.
Any other down jackets you like or synthetic?
I usually don't use a lot of synthetic insulation pieces. I really like the hyper down jacket from Sitka. It's their like burly, like you going into death and you need to stay warm type of jacket.
Yep.
Same thing with their pants. Like I took those on my mountain goat hunt. It's just like survival situation. It could be cold, could be really windy. Be able to sit up there in glass because again, I get cold. So I have to pack things to keep me warm. I have been really loving our prototypes, our down jacket and down pants that we've been creating. So I think you're
rolling with those a little bit.
Yeah. Obviously I'm testing them, trying to, both are like designing them and everything, but like the weight, the fit, getting everything right in the baffles and the amount of insulation, a little bit, I think more durable than the Stone Glacier, but not like overly heavy.
Yeah. Yeah. I really like, there's this Mont Bell. So the Mont Bell, it's not a hunting company, but they have a down jacket I really love.
I have a really, really old Mont Bell.
It's called the Alpine. That one's my favorite. That's like a jacket I continually kind of like, oh, I love that jacket. It just seems to work and fit, and it's super warm for what it is. I like the Grumman, although I don't like the durability of it. And there's times where I feel like it's not warm enough. I wish I had like a little bit more loft and a little bit more downfill in it. Ours is coming along nice. I hope that we get to launch that here before next season. Yeah, and again, it's been kind of fun because obviously we get to put all the specs that we're looking for in a down jacket.
I think a lot of people expect too much out of a down jacket. They want it to be super warm, super light, super durable. Sometimes waterproof capabilities on top of it. It's like you're not going to get that in something that's lightweight. And if you try to go too light, it's obviously not going to be that much insulated. So you have to like almost stack multiple ones on top of it. So like it's hard to find just one down jacket that can do everything on a hunt. That's why, like I said, like the hyper down one, if it's extreme conditions, I take that one.
Yeah, but like the Grumman. And so if the Grumman is 11.8 ounces for a size large, would I happily pack in a jacket that weighed 13 or 14 ounces if it was more durable? So like I didn't have to baby that thing quite so much. I think I probably would, to be honest, because I have a lot of holes in that jacket. It pisses me off. So I probably would trade in that regard a little bit, which is hardly ever the case for me. I would hardly ever trade durability for like a little bit of weight savings, but in that regard, I would. Yeah. Yeah. I would trade out that weight
for a little more durability.
A little bit. You know what I mean?
Bit, yeah.
And even a little bit more fill. Same thing. I get the point that there's like, you want to be warm, but like I get cold too. Yeah. So I want to be a little bit warmer.
One thing I'm really intrigued about, I haven't had one in person, but I've seen it at shows and stuff, is the one from Peaks that Bryce is coming out with. Yeah. It looked really sick. It looks like it's very well thought out. Some interesting designs with like the pocket
configuration. Looks interesting. That's like the first thing that jumps to mind. You look at it, you're like, what's going on there?
I think they have a pit zip, if I recall.
Yeah. I don't know that I would need that in a down jacket.
No, but it looks like it's maybe a little bit more durable in certain areas too. Like
that's what's funny about designing gear, right? It's like everybody is making these allowances. So like for me, a pit zip and a down jacket is not a trade I would make. I would rather have it lightweight.
Because when are you going to hike around?
I'm not going to hike around in a down jacket.
No.
I'm going to shed layers. I'm going to be cold for a minute and then heat up as I'm hiking. So like, that's not a trade-off I would make. So it's always interesting to see the decisions that different designers make and why. Like Kafaro's new puffy jacket, it's a synthetic. For what that jacket is, being a synthetic is going to stay warm when wet. I actually like it. I liked it more than I thought I would, to be honest. I think it fits really good. The cuffs I thought were kind of wonky at first because it's so wide. It's got this big white band on the inside. Actually, it's grown on me. I like it because you get more insulation further out over your wrist, so it does stay warm. So I'm like a fan. If I was going to buy a synthetic jacket, it would probably be it. Yeah. This is the one I was giving you shit about being white.
Yeah, you were making fun of me at the beginning of the podcast for the color of it.
Yeah.
But like, I like this color.
For what?
I just like it. I don't know.
I was actually really surprised when they came out with that color for like outer layers. I was just like, especially a puffy. I was like, I don't know what that's for. Maybe it's for like goose hunting, you know? You do look like a dirty polar bear.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right on the cuffs. It definitely is a little bit longer. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
not gonna be able to see this, but it's about what, inch and a half on there.
Mm-hmm.
It does have the vent on the side, which I don't know.
Yeah.
You can dump heat on it, I guess, if you want to.
Maybe.
But it is seems like a well-made piece, and I'm thinking about taking it on probably one of my bear hunts.
It's pretty comfy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The color is interesting, though. I do have this color in Kavar's pants.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wondering if
Wait, you have a pair of pants that color too?
Yeah. I'm wondering if I made
Shut
a bad
your
decision. I wonder if I made a bad decision on the color.
Can you wear the pants and that jacket together? And some sandals. You look like Jesus.
I'm just worried about that color in the pant because I've seen Omar wear Stone Glaciers that are like a little bit lighter color. Light. And he sat on some mud at one point and it looked like he had shit in his ass for like the entire hunt.
Did it ever come out?
No. And it looks
That's
like
what he told you. Actually did shit his pants.
Yeah,
he's
he
just
actually
like,
did shit his
look, man,
pants,
I sat in mud.
Yeah. So I don't know. Like I think the color can be too light on a pair of pants, but like I don't know. I just kind of like that color a lot. It's different color.
Sure. Yeah, and hopefully those guys don't mind me just taking subtle jabs. I do like it in the merino.
I love it. I love
like
the
that
color
looks awesome.
Yeah.
I agree. The that's a great piece.
Yeah, and their hood, I recall, is I wish it was a little bit bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I put it on. It can't quite go to my bill, and so I don't really get like the side protection from the sun.
Mm-hmm.
But it's really comfortable. But like you have to kind of force it on your head.
Yeah, I do like that color for that merino layer. Mm-hmm. The other one I didn't mention when we were talking mid layers was their Rome crossover.
Oh yeah,
the display we got when we were in Salt Lake looked pretty sick. I just haven't had a chance to wear that out like normal with a backpack on. Mm-hmm. There are a couple things I thought were a little strange, like a kangaroo pocket on the front. Yeah. That's a personal choice. I don't need that. I don't think.
Mm-hmm. Interesting material though.
It is interesting material.
That test he did with the air stay with the water and like the air, like that right there makes.
I'm gonna try it out.
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah. Down pants. Do you always carry?
I always pack a pair of down pants.
Okay.
Like those were a lifesaver when I was on that mountain goat hunt because we had a camp, underneath the goat hides. I talked about that story a bunch. But yeah, I always have a pair of down pants. And I don't care what pair of down pants you bring, just always have them in your backpack. You never know when you're gonna need them. It's like could be. Glassing, all of a sudden it gets really cold. You want to put them on. It's going to allow you to stay out glassing a lot longer and not have to like throw a base on underneath your pants and like can add to that.
Yeah.
You can wear a lighter weight pant and then just put the down pants on.
Yeah. Real quick. Do you have a pair you like?
All of them.
Sitka ones are really, really warm.
Yeah. Very, very warm.
They're very robust and super warm.
I do like the Grumman, but I don't like a way like it feels up on my waist area for whatever reason. It feels a little bit wonky. Okay. I don't know what it is about that, but it's like feels like it's kind of hard to get on sometimes. Even when I don't know. It's kind of interesting up there.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're coming out with one that I really am kind of proud of. It's got reinforced backside on it, so it's going to be a little bit more durable. It's got the same thing on the bottom when you're walking around with your boots.
I do like our down pant.
Yeah, and it's got I don't know what we call this, the disco. Disco pocket or pant on there.
Yeah, it's like a reflective.
Yeah, some like reflective material that's going to add warmth that like helps radiate that heat a little bit more, so you stay warm to your core. Or not, that's not your core area, but the goods, I guess, can get a little warm. You know what I mean?
It's your core area.
It's a core area.
Depends. Yeah, it's a core area, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Built-in belt on it. Does have a pocket on the front, which. What do you think about a pocket on a pair of down pants?
I think it's kind of handy. So like, as I think a pair of down pants and a down jacket, a lot of the time I'm throwing those on when I'm sitting and I'm glassing for a really long time. Mm-hmm. And you do want to do some digiscoping probably. So you got something in the spotting scope. It is kind of nice just to pull it off and put it in the front pocket of your down pants.
Yep. And that's the only time I've ever used that as well, because I want to keep my phone
handy.
Warm.
Yeah.
Because on a late season, I was really cold. If I just set it out next to my backpack, it's going to start draining that battery, being really cold. So I want to keep it warm. It's interesting though. We talked about how we hate the pocket like this, but we have a flap and buttons on the down.
I mean, if I were, it's probably just because of that material, right?
It'd be hard maybe with a zip.
Hard to do a zip in that material because the material's so thin and lightweight. Yeah, that's probably the reason why. I mean, I would always prefer a zip, but in that material, it may not be the best choice. I have the flight pant from Western Mountaineering, which I've been using forever. I think hands down, it is the loftiest, warmest down pant on the planet. They are not the most durable.
Okay.
They're durable enough, but they're super warm. And I'll just say that they're a great pair of pants. Rain gear. So I'll just run through mine. Rain gear, Sitka Dew Point has been my go-to.
Mm-hmm.
I saw now that they have a Dew Point Pro. Did you know that? Which is a heavier, dutier.
No.
So yeah. So the Dew Point is 10.4 ounces for the pair of pants, 9.3 ounces for. That's the pant. The jacket is 10.4 ounces.
Okay.
The Pro is like 22 ounces. So it's like a beefed up version. It's like a replacement for the Stormfront, if you remember those.
Yep.
So it's like a beefed up set of rain gear. I thought that was interesting. But mostly what I'm looking for in rain gear, obviously, is that it's waterproof and it's lightweight and no frills. Mm-hmm. So that's always been my go-to is the Dew Point.
Yep, because you can throw it in the bottom of your backpack. It sits there until you need it. Mm-hmm. It's not going to weigh you down a lot. Like I do love the M5 system from Stone Glacier, but it's heavy.
I just don't like the way their stuff fits.
I like it. I think it fits me great.
It's like weird through the shoulders for me. I don't know.
And it's a little bit more durable, so I can bust and brush with it.
Sure.
Like I use it a lot spring bear hunting because I'm constantly moving. It's usually always raining or snowing on me. But so that's always been a good one. But the Dew Point has always just been a classic. Like you always have to have in your backpack.
Yeah. The other one I wrote down, Lorenzo really likes the Outdoor Research. What's it? The lighter one. I can't remember it off the top of my head. I'll find it here in a sec. Helium.
Oh, helium.
So the Outdoor Research Helium, he likes it. Actually, I lied. There is a Stone Glacier rain gear that I like, the X1. Have you tried that?
I don't have that one.
I do like that one a lot.
What's the difference on that one between like the M5?
It's lighter, so it's like a super lightweight packable rain gear set.
Is the fit a little bit different that you actually approve it?
Yeah, it fits better for whatever reason than the M5 for me anyway. And I have both of those. And I would say 99% of the time I just grab that X1 or the Dew Point.
Know what piece I really love, and I'm glad I have one, and I know you have one too? That old Sitka Vapor.
Yeah, the single layer. It's all it is a layer of Gore-Tex.
Yeah.
Yeah, that jacket's dope.
Not durable.
No.
I would not want to be sitting out there all day, but like...
And you can't get it in any other color but black.
Yeah, and they don't make it anymore.
Yeah. No, I do love that piece.
Yeah, so like summer scouting, I'll sometimes pack that to be lighter so I can carry my heavier optics on a scouting trip.
Mm-hmm. They actually do have a Dew Point UL. Did you know that? An ultralight now?
Oh, no.
So that's a lighter weight version of the Dew Point even. So it's like more similar to the Vapor that you were just talking about. It's not quite that light, but it is a lighter weight option. So when I was prepping for this, I was like, these are mine. So Dew Point, the Dew Point UL, which I think is interesting, the Stone Glacier X1, and then the Outdoor Research Helium. And again, you got to remember that I'm coming from like super lightweight, packable, ride out an afternoon thunder bumper in the high country in September.
Well, that Dew Point UL is pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Huh. 3-layer Gore-Tex fabric.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
How much does it weigh?
7.3 ounces in large.
See, light.
Packs in its own pocket.
Even lighter.
Dang.
Pretty dope.
It's pretty dope.
Gloves, hat.
Gloves.
We'll round it out.
Gloves are a tough one.
Yeah, because there's so many options.
So many options. And
like, do you have one pair that you like pretty much always use or you like to use?
I mean, Sitka Gunner Glove back in the day, the
That's
OG one.
Mm-hmm.
Not the new Sitka Gunner Glove by any means, the OG one. I still have one pair that's still in the plastic that
you're going to keep?
I'm keeping, waiting to have to bust it out because one of the ones break. Like, I'm going to have to switch to that. Was it the Merca from Stone Glacier? They're like mechanics glove. Maybe getting that name wrong right now.
Merca.
It is, the Merca glove.
Gotcha.
It's like a mechanics style glove. Like sometimes I do like that too if I'm like just hiking around, doing chores at camp, cutting firewood, that sort of thing. But like, I don't like carrying so many gloves. It feels like I kind of almost have to sometimes because I need a utility style glove, something I can kind of glass in a little bit. But like that Merca is just so thin, it's like not really getting any insulation in me. The grapple is really decent from Stone Glacier.
I like I like their soft shell. It's like a fleecy soft shell from Stone Glacier. I like that one quite a bit.
That's that grapple.
Yeah, the grapple. I like the Sitka Traverse glove. That's probably the one that I grab most often. It's just basically like a stretch fleece. And early season, I'm really not looking for something super warm. Just take the edge off when I'm grabbing an aluminum bow, and I'm carrying it around in the morning and the evening.
Yep.
That's kind of it for me for gloves. Like I don't get too crazy with gloves. I do have some down mittens that I'll use late season, which are just an outdoor research down mitten. But I would say most of the time it's just that Sitka Traverse glove, which is just like a basic fleece glove.
Yep.
And you got other down mittens, it looks like.
Bro, you ever seen this bad boy of mine?
No, what is
Outdoor
it?
Research. I think it's the Ultimate.
Okay.
It's pretty old. I've had it for quite a while, but like it is my I call it my Everest mitten.
Okay.
It feels like I'm going hiking up Everest because like it just has so like
leather palms,
blocks the wind, has a giant cuff on the back, has a removable, liner on the inside.
Oh yeah.
And so
cool.
my hands stay like super warm when I'm wearing these. So like that's like extreme if I know it's going to snow and be really cold, if I'm going to be a lot of windy. So I take this on most of my late season hunts.
Okay.
I do like this a little bit more than these Stone Glacier altimeter mitts. I don't feel like these are very warm.
Right.
Like it's nice having the outer shell, like a little bit waterproof, but like it's not very warm. Mittens are obviously a little bit harder to glass with, trying to like mess around with your like focus knob on your binoculars. But like if I'm going on an extreme late season hunt, like I'm going to pack one of these options probably here. But like I do probably lean to the Outdoor Research Ultimate a little bit more because it's heavy, but it's just, I stay warm. If I stay warm, my hands are functioning and I can actually move everything around. Like I get so cold sometimes where I can't like run buckles on my backpack and stuff like that if I just leave them out too long. So
yeah. Do you have a favorite hunting hat? Or is it just like a beanie? And,
just any beanie.
And what's your favorite GOHUNT hunting hat? Softy?
Probably a Softy 2.0.
Is it? Okay. I like I think it's called the Stratus hat, which is like a lightweight runner's cap.
Yeah, with the little stretch pull cord.
5-panel stretch. Yeah, it's got the perforated sides. I like that one a bunch. And then a beanie. I always just pack a beanie. We have a new beanie actually. We should have coming out, which is like a merino. No.
Oh, we have a merino one?
Yeah, we have a merino. Yeah, beanie, which should be coming out. And I wore that one all last year and really liked it. That's kind of it for me as far as clothes go.
Gators?
I'm not a gator guy.
I'm a gator guy.
I mean, late, yeah, if I have to. And if I am going to use gators, my favorite are the Stone Glacier Alpine. That's my very favorite gator.
Yep, I love the Stone Glaciers. I have the Peaks as well. I interchange between the two of them. These I've obviously seen a ton of use, and they're kind of getting a little beat up.
They're a little bit more durable, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, but, and then you have the classic Outdoor Research gator. The old gators.
The old gators.
Those have been around forever.
Yeah.
So just to close out for me, I'm going to run through my whole system real quick.
I got one more thing.
Okay.
You wouldn't think it goes with clothing, but I feel it kind of does, is a tarp. Having a tarp with you allows you to stay out on the mountain a lot longer, stay out of the elements. You don't have to beat up your rain gear. If it's raining, I can literally sit down and glass all day. So I think a tarp will add to comfort on the mountain. Yeah, and I pack a tarp always, and then
I do, but it's usually like my sleep system. Like,
but I don't use mine for my sleep system, so it usually comes with me all the time. So like, I've used it so much, no matter what season it is, snowing, raining, whatever. I kind of pop that up, and I can like be underneath the tarp, waiting for a storm to break, and I'm already ready to glass again. I'm not like, I got to go back to camp, which is 3 miles away. Yeah, and now it's breaking, and we should be out there glassing. Like, it allows me to stay out on the mountain longer, so it doesn't really fit per se with clothing, but it feels like it extends your hunt on the mountain a little bit.
I think it's great. I think you should. I think I mean, for glassing for sure, whether it's for shade from sun or it's to provide weather protection from rain and snow, it's a good addition. I had some more for you actually. I had some more questions.
Let's hear them.
So rank these. What matters most? Comfort, durability, or weight?
What was it? Rain? You said rain piece?
Nope. What matters most to you? So like an item of clothing. You're going to buy an item of clothing.
Okay.
Comfort, durability, weight.
Weight.
First and foremost?
First and foremost.
Okay.
You want me to say why?
Sure.
I mean, you just start stacking all these different clothing pieces on top of each other. Eventually, you're going to have a giant system. And it's like, if I can have lighter weights pieces of gear potentially, but still have some good properties. And obviously, you can sacrifice a little bit of durability. Like,
this is a hard one because it's probably piece by piece. Because I think like a down jacket, I would sacrifice some weight for an added durability a little bit, or warmth.
Yeah.
Yeah, it probably depends on the piece. That might not be a good question. I got another one for you. What gear, clothing system is worth splurging on? And where is a piece of clothing that you could save money on?
You could save money on base layers and mid layers.
Okay.
I would splurge on down and rain gear.
Okay.
Like those are the two key pieces because those are your survival pieces.
Okay. If somebody's just getting into hunting, what's the first clothing item that they should invest in?
That's tough.
I'm going to say a pair of boots.
Okay. I wasn't thinking about that for clothing.
I mean,
you always want a good pair of boots.
A bit out of the box, but I would say invest in a good pair of boots. That's going to take care of you.
Yep.
There's a lot of clothing items that you can get away with some cheaper models. I agree with you wholeheartedly. Pants, you can probably get away with a pair of Walmart Wrangler, Hiker, whatever they are, pants. Base layers, you can pick up a quick dry, same, synthetic from just about anywhere.
Ton of companies make them.
Yeah, and do just fine. But yeah, you start moving into like your outer layers, then I think it's probably time to pony up and spend some money because they're going to be lighter and warmer.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. We already talked about blisters. Oh, I got one for you. What's the worst foot situation you've ever had in the field?
Worst foot situation I've ever had in the field is literally trying to bring a stiff boot into the mountains and not fully trying it out before I went hunting and getting a blister on day one that literally impacted every single time I took a step.
How big a blister are we talking?
I'm talking about one of those like silver dollar.
Really?
Oh yeah.
They get completely open.
That was a suggestion from Porter. He's like, you're such a technical hunter, and here you are having untechnical boots. You could carry on your levered boots all the time. You need to try something different. So I listened to Porter and tried out those Scarpas. I can't remember what the model is, and destroyed my foot on the mule deer hunt. And finally, I was smart enough though to carry 2 pairs of boots. And I halfway through the hunt, when I changed locations, went down and changed my boots, but it was already too late. I was already blistered up. Like, I hate blisters. Absolutely hate them.
It's the worst. Oh, actually, I had one more I wanted to ask. I should have asked these earlier on when we were talking about the stuff, but how do you manage sweat on long hikes without freezing later? Do you have any tips there in regard to your clothing systems?
I'll always take off the extra layer before I start hiking.
Okay.
I think everyone always, like, it's in the morning, it's cold out. You're going to throw your puffy on, try to hike a little bit. You're going to be stopping a quarter mile up the trail.
So you're sweating your ass off.
Because you're sweating your ass off.
Yeah.
And like, I'd rather be colder on the hike and not sweating. Like, I think sweat is just a recipe for disaster. So I try to always hike with the minimum amount of clothes possible. And then once I get up there, if I am sweating a little bit on that like base layer, I'll instantly throw a puffy on and try to dry that out without trying to soak all my other layers. Like, I don't want to, throw my midweight grid fleece on that and like soak that through. I try to like just throw a puffy on right away and try to like dry that out with my like body heat as I'm sitting next to my, working through everything and try to dry it off slowly and just not hike with a ton of gear.
Yeah.
Not hike with a bunch of layers on. Like, it even feels great to like, oh, I'm going to throw my merino leggings on underneath my pants and start hiking. Well, you're going to get hot.
Yeah.
And
I think of a hunt in Montana that Neville and I did one time, and we had this real nasty hike, and we just got sweated out in our bases, even though we'd layered down, right? We got up there, bases were totally sweated out. I'd packed a base in my pack, and I love peeling off a wet base layer and putting on a dry one to like sit down in glass. And then that's why I like synthetic lake, because I can build a fire and I can hang that synthetic over a fire and it's going to dry pretty damn quick, quicker than merino.
How do you work the system when you're hiking in a rainstorm, trying not to sweat out, but it's downpouring? You have to hike.
You have to?
You have to.
You're just going to be sweaty.
You're going to be sweaty?
I think.
Are you going just like, trying to go bare minimum underneath the rain gear, right? Just base layer pants, that's it.
Down, yeah. Like, I'd get it down to something is like, I mean, I'm not going skins underneath there, but like a base layer, like a synthetic is great in that regard because, I can wet it out and still dry it out. But that's a tough one.
Is there ever a point where you're like, I'd rather just hike with my base layer and just get that wet and I know I can dry it off later?
Yeah.
Because you just know you're just going to sweat out so much with the rain
depending.
jacket.
Yeah. I mean, if you're going to like complete wet everything out, you might as well just go down to your base.
I got one for you. Early season elk hunting.
I will say, I don't do hardly any hiking in my rain gear.
Really?
Almost everything I use it for is just riding out a storm. So I'm gonna maybe like if I'm chasing an elk and they're bugling pretty good, I might throw that on and do some hiking around in it. But for the most part, it's only for just riding out a thunder bumper in the afternoon when I'm sitting stationary.
The only time I really hike around with rain gear is when I know I have to move spots. And I'm just going to suffer through hiking through a storm to try to move spots. That way I'm not burning good hunting days waiting for good weather. So I'll just like move camp during a rainstorm in the middle of the day. If I like,
really?
Yeah, I'm just like, we're just going to.
You won't just wait for a weather window?
Why? Because I want to get to where I'm going. And then when the weather window breaks, I want to be able to hunt again. So like, I feel like I'm gaining something in a sense because you can't do anything anyway. And
some of those rainstorms. You just end up all sweaty and wet.
Yeah. So I got teepee with the stove.
I interrupted you.
I was going to say early season elk hunting. I've done this before and it looks weird, but have you done this yourself where it's hot out? Like get out of your truck. It's 85 degrees out, you know, you got to
hike in my underwear.
Hike in your underwear.
Definitely.
Okay, good.
Haven't I told this story?
What?
Haven't I told this story?
I don't know if you have.
Yeah. Neville and I, when we hunted Wyoming a few years ago, we hiked out in the middle of the day to restock with food and it was hot. And so going back in, I stripped everything down just to my underwear and we're hiking up the trail. I hadn't seen a person, right? So there's me, Mather, and Neville. I think I was leading out and all of a sudden I look up and here's a whole stringer of horses coming down the trail. There's an outfitter that's doing like a pack camp up in there. Yeah. And he looked at me like, what are you doing? But yeah.
It's the greatest thing ever.
I've done that.
I love hiking in boxers.
For sure hiked
just
around.
Boxers only. It's great.
Boxers only. I've done that a number of times early season because it just gets so hot.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, that year that I hunted Utah, it was like mid 90s every day. I did some hiking in my underwear.
You didn't just strip down to your banana hammock and just go with that?
Alligator banana hammock is my go-to. Yeah. But yeah, I've definitely done that for sure.
I just want to see if you've also done that as well.
That was a long one. We covered a lot of ground. Hopefully somebody finds it helpful. There's times in these, when we do these, I'm just like, we're just droning on, but,
there's some good nuggets in here.
Yeah, hopefully it allows people to kind of see through my frame of mind and what I'm thinking and why I pick what I pick, and I've continued to pick over the years. Obviously, if there's like some little item or some brand or something that I've never heard of and you think it would be super cool to check out, I would love to hear about it.
Yeah, drop them in comments wherever you listen to it.
Yeah, and leave a review. We never say that, but I'm not one to harp on it, but I would love it if you would rate and review.
One thing I'll end on, if you made it this far in, like obviously we mentioned some brands and whatever, but doesn't mean you have to use the exact brands we're talking about here. You can find another brand that like you're saying that you love or you use all the time and just use that. Like this is the only way to skin a cat here. Yeah. You don't have to have this brand. You don't have to have that boot. You don't have to have this glove. Like you use whatever you like, but like consider why we chose some of these pieces for the reasons we kind of chose them. If there's another one that's comparable to that, go for it.
Yeah, and to the brands that we have talked about, I got a lot of love for a lot of people, and I've probably said some things that you aren't going to love, right? So I might have shit on some different things. It's like it's very particular to me and what I'm looking for over 20 some years. Like I don't need a chest pocket on some things. I don't need a kangaroo pocket because I just typically don't use it. Right?
We don't like mesh on vents.
Mesh
on the hip.
Mesh on. Yeah.
Other people love them. That's
love
great.
It.
That's great that you do.
Yeah, and good on you. And there's a lot of people that love Stone Glacier for the way that fits and functions. It just hasn't been my experience on my body type for whatever reason. I have been lucky to try a whole bunch of different brands, and I've found what works and fits me, and that's just my opinion. For reference, I'm a 33-inch waist. I'm 6'2". I wear typically a 33 tall.
Yeah.
So if you're interested,
now we know your specs.
That's it.
We know your deets.
All right, Brady, should we call her?
Let's call it. That was a good one, Trail.
Okay, man. Thanks.